Actually, no, it can't proc twice there, the cooldown. They did actually take one full hit. I think Plasma Field's level 2, no, level 3 on Razor. And X Assassin on the lookout. Can Rotten get Fervin? Fervin's a pretty tanky kill. It's going to be a hard one to find, especially with the rain drop. Preferably they want to get their hands on Drinks, but Drinks just hanging around under tower won't make it an easy grab at all. And King's already halfway towards that Blink Dagger. And oh no, the stun will miss out from Rotten. Rotten not really hitting on the mark with these impales so far. Probably facepalmed himself multiple times at this point. It always seems to be the elusive heroes. The weird part is they're not really running in an elusive fashion. Let's picked up the Arcanes at least. I'd say overall, I mean, Nyx isn't doing too bad in terms of farm. He's been really active on the map. The only problem with this is Weaver's free to do whatever he wants. And the last thing you want is a Weaver quickly securing a Diffusal Blade, which at this rate, he'll easily have it before about 16-minute mark, I'd imagine. That's a decent timing. Nyx must have heard me in his subconscious. He does return to the lane finally. Razor, he wants to find some booty, but no booty calls for you. Just 2 strong supports on the side of SQG is going to stop him from jumping on AA anytime soon. Of course, if this continues in this rate, you're going to see Shadow Fiend move ahead pretty quickly in terms of last hits, just because the Shadow Rays allows him to farm between the jungle and lane really effectively, actually. Lycan, though, he's making up the difference. Is pulling up towards the Weaver's last hits now. Does have more denies, and XP wise I believe they're about even. Nope, Lycan has a slight advantage. Already has his ult as well, which means they have to give him a lot of space. He is pretty scary in regards to that. Vendetta up. Nyx's actually going to be spotted out by the sentry by the looks of it. I don't know, they might not have caught him because they were walking down just as he walked past. But there were pings, so I'd imagine they did just catch him. Roland Knight wouldn't really have much effect so far. This has got to be getting annoying for him every damn time. And I've got to give it to SQG. They've been on point with their predictions about Nyx being around and also the sentry placements just to spot him out as well. And smoke up by Swift Ending and LeBron here. They're going to move around, maybe look for the Shadow Fiend, but he's already heading towards bot. And Aged Apparition, he dies off, gets caught out by the Clockwork and the Weaver. And it looks like SQG say, you know what, if you're going to hang by our mid lane all this time, we're going to go bot, we're going to push it in, we're going to take your damn towers. Oh, but there's a static link in. They're chasing the Shaman. Drinks being dove here. They're TPing the Puck in. Can they get it through Dream Call? They actually know they get silenced up on Puck. He's so low right now. Oh, he looks to lose your way, but won't get it because the Impale from Rotten. Finally landing them. And landing them when it counts as he eats up that Puck. And now they'll turn it into a tower push. Looks like SQG going to try and force them out of bottom. And with the damage on the Shadow Fiend and the Weaver, they should be able to do so reasonably well. But you're definitely going to lose that mid tower to the side of Doggie as well. And I wonder if they'll keep going. They have got the Necronomicon. Ping's coming out. They actually kind of want to get their hands on the Clockwork. They find him, they stun him, they slow him, and they'll eat his goddamn face off. He's trying to stay alive, but no hope at all. And the Rise still decent amount of damage. They might head for bot, because Shadow Fiend's hanging around right now. Does have a TP. Will want to move out pretty quickly here. And I wonder if this is a caster. I don't think he's going to go caster this game. I think you go right click. It syncs up pretty nicely with what you got. You've got a decent amount of control with the Puck and the Clockwork, so you'll get the opportunity to right click. I guess in some ways you're kind of concerned about the Lycan, but all the small reason, how are you going to land these razors easily when the Lycan is moving at the speed of light, right? And I don't know, to an extent there's arguments for both, right? Mainly because Razor can just sap your damage. The more you have, the more to lose. But at the same time, you can melt through Ancient Apparition so quickly, the Earth Spirit, and the Nyx in a reasonable degree. But he's going for the Blink Dagger first, so it looks like it might be a caster build coming out. And the reason he's going Blink first, of course, is because they do have the Dream Call, they have got the Clockwork to hold people in place, as well as the Shaman with the Shackle. So they've got plenty of setup for a Requiem of Souls. They didn't really need to go Yules here. And I think that would just be a mistake. So right move by AA. And speaking of the Shaman, invised up and moving towards Noi here. We'll get the Shackle, but Ping's coming out. No assistance from AAA. He's actually going to have to just walk away from this. AA not feeling he could get close enough yet. But once he gets that blink, kills like that are going to happen all over the place. And this is going to be a big issue for the side of Team Doggie. I mean, they're going to just have... I'd say Team Doggie's solution here, right, is just to fight around the Lycan. Lycan is pretty damn hard to kill. There's not really anything to take him out right now. And speaking of things being taken out, the Puck jumped onto and melted straight away in that top. And now Lycan, they're going to look for vengeance. They trap him in. He has gone into shapeshift form. He's looking to kill off Clockwork. He's going to stand and fight. Manly mode will actually kill off the Clockwork and move away quick enough. And now Razor coming to back up. Weaver going to be forced to use that time lapse away pretty early. And Lycan, he escapes with next to no health. But the ballsy play there as he does get the kill onto the Clockwork that was actually the one initiating onto him. And this is what we're saying. As this goes on, kills like that are going to happen a lot. If you try and jump on this Lycan and you haven't got at least 3 heroes, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You need additional stuns. You need the shackles, really, to control the Lycan up. But you can't just trap him in unless you've got a Blade Mail, which is nowhere near for the Clockwork because he's got barely any money and has just managed to secure his tranks. But now, well, shrined up and straight back in. Lycan once more. Hasn't got the Necronomicon yet, but the roll in by the Earth Spirit. No, Impale won't land on anyone, but there's the stop with the Clockwork. Nice Dream Call into 2. Rise in a little bit of trouble here. Rotten as well. Arise going to be melted off. Rotten just trying to hang around, have a little bit of fun. Maybe doesn't want to be there. And the AA Blast will arrive, but hit onto no one here. Now they're going to roll out that Earth Spirit before it's a little bit too late. But nice turnaround kills as they pick up both Arise and Rotten under that tier 1. And SQG, they're not willing to just bend over and let this happen. Team Doggie, nice turnaround kills. Lycan not ready to fight, has 40 seconds until he's got his shapeshift up, but hook shot in, nicely done, batted away. It's like just magnetized love right now, just trying to get him away, but now he wants more booty. Goes in with a hook shot and quick response to that bat away, and Earth Spirit has no time to react. And now Rise coming in, they want to stop this push, they don't want to give a freebie. They know hook shots on cooldowns, so they can make their moves now. Rotten, he's actually going to find both the support, stuns them both, Ice Blast coming in as well, it's going to hit on both. Nice dodge out by Mad Kings, but not quick enough as he gets hit up by it anyway. Furving, they're going to look for him. I don't know if they can get him. They got the plasma field, just not quite close enough for the clip there. And Arise probably questioning whether he should have went for the treads or the phase boots. I feel like phase boots in this early game is just great, especially considering you don't tend to max out Unstable Current first. That's usually the last one to be maxed. But Magnetized wasted by LeBron that mid lane as he misses an opportunity to Shadow Fiend, who blinks away just in time. And Lycan, he's got the level 2 ultimate now, which gives a decent decrease in the cooldown, down from 120 to 90 seconds now. And this is what he needs. It's a big deal to actually get to level 2, level 3 ult, because it just allows you to be so much more aggressive. And unlike the previous Lycan from the last series, this one did choose to actually buy boots. Amazing choice that they got away with last time. But Team Doggie not feeling like they can get away with it this time. Racer will push that top lane reasonably well with the Wolves as well. That should just speed this up nicely. And Lycan just hanging around waiting for some sort of response. Earth Spirit goes deep with the warding, does do it, but they ping it out instantly. They know it's around there. They'll actually find the Sentry and the Observer. Nicely done by SQG though. Actually, they're going to try and get rid of the Sentry first. Good luck though. Not able to do so. Now ping's coming out. Looks like the side of Doggie want to push for more towers. They have got the Necronomicon level 2. Sorry, level 3 he's got up to already. That'll destroy the tower pretty damn quickly. Holding on to the Howl, will finally throw it out, but now they need to move away. Shackles on the back foot. They do catch Ron for a moment. The Spike Carapace turn around. Shadow Fiend dying so damn quickly here. Requiem does a decent amount of damage. There's a Dream Call on the free, holding them in front of the wards. They're still fighting though. Razor just wants to melt some people. Gonna get hit up pretty hard by Furby. Nice hook shot through, getting on the LeBron as well. Meanwhile, they do run down the Weaver on the side of Team Doggie. It's a free-for-free trade, and like I said, are these wards for me? Decides against it in the end. It's going to move back towards the lane. Maybe just continue the push. Nice kills from both sides there. I believe that did just about favor the side of Team Doggie as they start to even up the goal between the two. But SQG, some big kills, big plays by Furbean again as he cogs up and ensures the death of the Razor and then moves straight onto LeBron without hesitation. And it takes a lot of confidence to just throw the hook shots out that quickly as he is doing. But he's on mark. And you've got to give it to him so far. He is making this a huge nuisance for the side of Team Doggie. Speaking of which, looks like Swift now actually going to be going for some lifesteal here. Going to pick up the Morbid Mask. I don't think he's going to be going for Mask of Madness this game. Oh, wait, no, he's going to go for Vlad's. There you go. Isn't opting for the Helm of Dominator, interestingly enough. I'm quite surprised by this. They have a decent amount of wave clear on the side of SQG, but you can still get a lot of use out of that Helm of Dominator, especially when you find the Dark Troll Summoners. Or even the Hellbears, really. But Team Doggie smoked up and moving out. The supports and the offlane involved in this. Arise maybe going to act as bait, but they're going to try and move in. Look for the kill onto Mad Kings. There's the roll in. They actually hit it and they start the silence. Mad Kings is dead in an instant. Mask of Madness Razor paying off, I guess. And now they say, wonderful tier 1 you've got here. Do you mind if we just relocate it to hell? And they'll move straight in right away, easily clearing these creeps out. I don't think you're going to stop this on the side of SQG. Maybe look for a trade instead on that mid lane. There's a DD available to the Shadow Fiend, so be able to do so. And actually, have a look at how the net worth is looking right now. Leading the chart is Lycan as we expect, but honestly, Shadow Fiend not far behind. Arise is catching up again after an awkward laning phase, as he did have multiple deaths there. And getting towers is sure going to help. The problem is, as we said already, SQG looking for more value on the map, as they do manage to get the mid tower and the top tower. They're going to keep pushing by it, so they're not done yet. Doggie should be able to push towards base quicker, especially with the Necronomicon out. But they're going to send heroes back just in case. They know they're going to have to respond to this if the side of SQG decides to keep pushing, which they are doing so. They've slapped down the wards. They've got a DD on the Shadow Fiend. They want to get more. They want to milk this. But the creeps will continue to push in that bot lane. Someone's going to have to go back on the side of SQG to respond to this. Team Doggie, they might want to get in a defensive position here. Actually, the kill off the wards reasonably fast. They will probably be able to deny the tower. Right? Oh, Dream Call going in on 2. There's the raise coming through, but Spike Carapace interruption nicely done by Nyx. He's the only one left as they lose the Earth Spirit. Looks like Weaver taking a lot of damage. He gets cold feared up and killed off. And now the tower, they'll grab that, but here comes the rise. Look to the static link. Mask of Madness chasing on, but there's the movement in by Shadow Fiend. Requiem Souls does hit up an ancient apparition, but nice force stuff away by Arise. And now Swift Ending shows up. Doggie wants a bone. Can he have yours? They're forced away though, thanks to the cogs. The Shadow Fiend hitting so hard, they will back up quickly here. So 3 deaths on the side of Team Doggie versus the 1 on the side of SQG. Definitely going to favor in terms of exchange for the side of SQG. It was a big shame they lost the pretty valuable Weaver there, but honestly, for the tower plus 2 supports and the offlaner, more than worth it. And you can already see that in the gold, the XP exchange. They'll be happy with that. They're sustaining their lead. They're up to 3k net worth lead on the side of SQG. Team Doggie not after the best start after what happened in that mid lane. Lycan just still trying to farm enough. He's going to be going for the Assault Curious now that he's got the Vlads. I think you have to look towards Roshan soon. The problem is you need to get rid of the Puck and the Clockwork, because they are great forms of initiation for the side of SQG. And Team Doggie, they're on the move. They might actually go for a Roshan straight up. Actually, the ward's going to spot them out. It's already pinged by Weaver. They're going to send an AA Blast in, which will force the side of Team Doggie out of that pit. Oh, sorry, not AA Blast. It's actually the Rocket Flare. They're going to commit to this, though. They can get through it pretty quickly. Chill and touch. Look at that damage. Cold feet up on the Roche as well. We'll speed this up quickly. And I don't think you respond time. There's the flare. You need to go right now. Is he going to go for the hook shot? He's going to block it out with AA. Not quick enough, though. They get in. They actually do get the Roche still. And looks like they're going to jump straight into Clockwork and clean him up. Nice steal from Clockwork. In fact, he snatches the Aegis. Didn't get the kill, but will be happy with that. And now, there's the jump on the Lycan, trapping him in place with the Shackles as well. Plus, the Ward's doing a lot of damage. Shadow being controlled up. The exchanges with the Nyx there in the end as they're both low. Now, Lycan trying to move away quickly. Puck going to hold him up with the Yules. They're going to come back down onto this, find that kill as well. And they trade 3 for 1 right now. Arise trying to stand his ground up against Verbian, but taking so much damage. Will die off as well. Double kill for Godness. And they'll look for the Ancient Apparition. They want to clean up here. Noir, he's in trouble as well. Triple kill for Godness. And what a fight from SQG. Noir tries to get across in time to block out that hook shot. He knew it was coming, but he was so close. Just about 1.5 seconds away from actually being able to block out that hook shot in. And if you had, we're looking at a completely different scenario here. If that happens, they can follow on to the Clockwork. They get the roast easily enough. But no. SQG take that big fight at the roast bit. And now they'll look towards that tier 2 top, rather. I mean, bot is pushing in as well by itself. Clockwork just making sure there's a bit of pressure on that mid lane. They'll at least get 1 tower out of this despite not having the Aegis. Of course, that did get popped pretty quickly. The Clockwork not doing too bad on the farm-wise. Well, 3 heroes on the side of Radiant. We're saying about this Nyx. Ron not able to really find much gold. Got active on the map early, but hasn't really farmed at all. And it kind of shows right now because there's 4 heroes above him on the side of Dire. SQG farmed up reasonably well. And with the amount of towers they're taking, that's just going to keep escalating. And I've got to give it to SQG. They're keeping up their push really well. Despite the fact you'd think that Team Doggie would have a superior push lineup, with, of course, having access to the Lycan. Speaking of which, Lycan finally acknowledging there's a problem here. We'll be going for the BKB next. Has got the Yoga Club already, about halfway towards the full item. And Razor, well, he's looking towards the Hurricane Pike by the looks of it. Doesn't want to get himself a BKB just yet. Not willing to acknowledge there is a lot of damage coming from SQG in that form. As for the clock, he I'd imagine we'll go for a blade mail next. He's got a decent amount of health, and that'll allow him to kill off the Lycan so damn quickly here. Things out by the clock though. Smoke up by Team Doggie. They're looking to move in here. Can they actually spot the park? Mad King's already TP here now. They're going to have to go deep if they want to find anything. The problem is SQG are pretty clustered right now, so if you find one, you're going to find a lot of problems following up very quickly. Ron going to lead the charge. Is of course in Vendetta mode as well as Smoke. They don't spot anyone out just yet. Even past all the detection on the side of SQG, they have to know there's a smoke going on. No one's shown right now is the big giveaway. Well, Lycan will avoid the obvious just by farming up this camp. SQG, I think they're ready to smoke up themselves. Be ready to go on the chase. They do get the blade mail on the clockwork we're talking about. Dream Call in, finds the Nyx in a lot of trouble. Science up Lycan into shapeshift mode. He's ready to rock, ready to roll. No, stun mistimed by Nyx, but don't worry. Earth Spirit's got you covered now. The Requiem with Souls onto the side, not good enough. They're going to actually kill off the Shaman as well. Nyx does finally die. That's a 2-for-1 trade. Can they get up safely? Shadow Fiend down on the back foot as well as they run him out and run him down. Stood still for too long. Swift ending. Looks like going to tick out to the Spirit Vessel here as the Weaver does run him down. Now Rise, he says he wants vengeance. He wants to fight here. Needs to be really careful because a lot of damage come out from Godness, and Godness still has vision. Arise going to go for the TP out. LeBron trying to move away from Clockwork here. Needs to be careful. Does get hit by the Spirit Vessel. He will die because he can't roll away quick enough. An Ancient Apparition will TP out. So free for free trade in the end. But honestly, I think that's better for Team Doggie. They know they're losing this on the net worth, and you can see from the exchange, SQG definitely taking a lot less dollar out of that fight than the side of Team Doggie did. Of course, that Shadow Fiend just such a big kill right now. Losing the Lycan was the big costly factor, though, because, of course, he is still sitting top on the net worth chart. And this Weaver's becoming a little bit of a concern right now. He's got the BKB. He's got the Diffusal. He did at least force a 10-second usage of that BKB. But already heading towards a Skadi, he knows what they're going to try and do as this goes on. He's going to try and tank up as quickly as possible. And with the Skadi slow, it's going to be all hell hard to move away from him. And looks like they are rotating up. They're going to try and punish Weaver from not actually building more defensively than the BKB. They need to be quick on this, though. There's the stun coming in. Mana Burst as well. Ice Blast. Nice hook shot coming through, though. And there's Godness. He's going to get the time lapse out. Now Nyx in a little bit of trouble. He's going to melt off so quickly. They can't really stay to help. Arise needs to get the hell out of dodge. They're chasing on. There's the Yours by Shadow Fiend. Hasn't got the Requiem of Souls, but has got some big happy raises for you. Hugs. Hugs. He wants more hugs. Arise dead. Double kill for Godness. And they still have no solution to this Weaver. Mad King's moving forward. Didn't actually go for the Dream Call, chose not to do so, as Earth Spirit was already rolling out of that. And it looks like they'll have to sell for 2 kills, but they'll be very happy with that, considering those 2 kills came to them. And Team Doggie very quickly learned they can't go and do this under the shrines. And oh, AA taking a lot of damage. AA, rather. Ancient Apparition, looks like Noai does have his ult, won't throw it out though. Shadow Fiend is only down to half HP, and Lycan will form up, needs to run away, gets out of range of Fervin just in time, has a DD, could turn and fight actually, because Clockwork is all alone here. But is he going to do it? I think he'll go for it. Wolf's out, he's ready to wreck. But no, Cogs go down just in time. Fervin knew exactly not to run up that hill. And now pings come out, they find the Shaman. It's not as good as the Clockwork kill, but they'll accept it nonetheless. Poor little Shaman does die. And honestly, I think right now what you really need is, yep, Razor going for that BKB next. After that, Lycan just focus on getting his still. Just about got enough gold to pick it up. I wonder what the Nyx is going for. Yeah, he's going for the Yules. He knows he needs to control the Weaver as much as possible, as well as the Puck. And to an extent, that really helps the setup. Of course, if you use Puck, you can time out the Impale stun pretty perfectly. The interesting one's going to be see how they deal with Shadow Fiend. He's almost got his BKB now, just finishing off the recipe. And that's going to be tough to deal with. 10-second BKB on the Shadow Fiend when he's going full wreck mode with the caster build. That's going to be a nightmare to deal with because he's going to be hard to melt through. And at the same time, you don't have to be forced to deal with that. You need to deal with the Weaver, who already has one of the ultimate orbs. So halfway towards this Skadi already. And it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. And we already see that from the net worth chart anyway. Lycan, they're going to get a swift ending. You'll give him a round of applause for actually keeping up this net worth lead at the top. But his team's still struggling to hang in there, I'd say. Now, it looks like they're going to try and do something about that by getting themselves another tower. Team Doggie move towards his top one. It's not got much health left on it. Weaver going in advance to TP in. They're going to be careful. Oh, there's the use of the BKB Yules. Going to go for the Requiem Souls. Hits hard on the rise. There's the Yules control by Mad Kings, but now he's in a lot of trouble cold feed up. They should be able to actually kill him, Razor off. And there's a Shadow Fiend done in return as Lycan goes to work on the back line. Finds 2 kills quickly. Now he doesn't really want to fight with his Clockwork because, of course, he has got the Blade Mail up. Plus that Spirit Vessel hurting so damn much. In fact, he's going to get close to ticking out from this alone. Can he get out of this? Meanwhile, Ancient Apparition turns around for the Mad King's kill, but he'll be able to dodge out enough of that damage thanks to the phase shift. Saving a lot of time, and then you find the Lycan on the back foot. He does die to Fervian in the end. Fervian on point again, just shutting down. He couldn't save the Shadow Fiend and the Shaman, but he will salvage the rest of his fight from the potential damage that Lycan can throw out. And Clockwork just proven a huge nightmare for Swift ending this game. And I'm wondering how long we got on Roche. It's actually still a few minutes left, so they won't be able to get their hands on that anytime soon. They will push in the lane somewhat. Bot already pushed in and ready to rock. I wonder if Clock's going to head down and keep that going. Just making sure there's pressure on the mid lane. And Weaver doing the same in the top. Lycan's still dead for 35 seconds. Everyone on side of SQG will be up before him. But it'll be a little bit too long to get out to actually aggress off the back of those kills. Those were very close to their own tier 2. But they keep that tier 2 up as a result, and they keep the gold lead expanding as they're up to 6k net worth lead on the side of SQG now. Actually, Nyx has managed to... No, nothing new yet. I mean, he's been starved, right? I think we looked at his net worth about 6 minutes ago, and it was about 5.8k. He's just been getting killed off a lot. I mean, 179, he's struggling this game. You can see it. I think one of the biggest issues is the Spirit Vessel up on the Clockwork. We've seen it cause so many issues, especially with the Lycan. Not able to regen up at all and just gets melt moded as a result. Puck going to keep that pressure on the bot lane. That tower, that's going to die. Doesn't look like Team Doggie can defend it at all. They know they need to just wait for the next Roche, but they're going to have a long... Actually, not a long wait at all. It's up in about 15 seconds. As long as Noir keeps vision on that, they'll see it straight away. But someone's going to have to go back to probably defend bot. Pucks looks like he's going to keep on pushing. Has got the Aghanims now. That's a really big deal here. Of course, that does make it so that BKB will not save you from the Dream Core break. And keeping a leash on the Doggie here is a big deal. Swift ending going to feel like he's in the doghouse. Actually, looks like Team Doggie... Well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but let's see if they can make a different outcome this time as they go for the top lane. Puck already TPing in. He's just got the Aghanims. This could be a really, really big fight. And they've got everyone but the Weaver nearby who's going for the backstab. Team Doggie. I'm not sure this is the right move, guys. You need to back up quickly because they're going to look for the initiation. They know they've got the lead and they know they want to find kills. Weaver, oh, there's a Dream Call in. Catches the Razor. He stuns himself up with a 4-star away. Hook shot in. Silence will stop Clockwork from being able to use the cogs, but Arise would have to turn around anyway and run towards the Shadow Fiend. Dies off so quickly. They're going to look to TP everyone out. Will manage to get the Lycan out. And Rotten escaping as well as the Ancient Apparition just in time. AA gets spotted just at the end of the TP. Will make it out. They'll all escape, but they will lose Arise there. And ay caramba, SQG just completely shredding anyone they see. And now they're going to go straight for that Roche, which, honestly, Team Doggie needed desperately here. And they sit this on the Shadow Fiend. They're going to be ready to rock and ready to roll. Shadow Fiend hits almost 200 damage himself, plus the Shadow Race combo. Puck, he gets caught out by Rotten there. Sniped down in an instant thanks to the Ice Blast from Ancient Apparition. Now they're probably going to look to contest, but they need to be quick here. They have got the Blink Dagger. There's a Lycan shape-shifted up. They need to go in right now. There's a roll in the stun. Here, not the Weaver. They're going to kill him off, but there's the Requiem with Souls in return from Shadow Fiend. He's still taking so much damage right now. And Lycan, he doesn't even care about the goddamn Blade Mails. He runs through this target. Swift Ending needs to be careful. He can get shackled up, but no, the Wolves will be able to kill off Shaman quick enough. And there we go. You see the Aegis was claimed by Shadow Fiend just in time. And they did actually get the kill as well, should be pointed out. They did lose 4 heroes for that, though. And I think Team Doggie are going to be very happy with that outcome. That could have went 10 times worse for them. The Shadow Fiend BKB on point. He still has that cheese. But despite the Requiem, not able to do that enough. Not able to actually kill if the support's quick enough. And just by liking enough time to shred through people as that BKB did get revealed. Sorry, not revealed, reused. That was a 9-second BKB. And he done a lot with it. I mean, SQG had to expect that was coming. I'm surprised they didn't cog earlier to keep him out. They cogged to keep him out of the pit, but they didn't cog to keep him out of the fight. He got so close to that. Just wrapped Shadow Shaman and Clockwork up in his mess, and well, he punished them pretty hard for it. Actually, if we look at the net worth now, this was going in favor of SQG, but has evened up. And they are able to peek it back a little bit. That 6k net worth lead slightly sliding back towards even for Team Doggie. But they've still got a big hill to climb up here. SQG still with a lot of aggression. Surprised they actually got through the Weaver. That was the big surprise, right? Weaver died so damn quickly there, despite having the Scardy. He didn't manage to get BKB off because he perfectly timed their stun to keep him locked in, thanks to that roll in by the Earth Spirit. Perfectly done. Shadow Fiend was the only one to actually react quick enough in that pit. I mean, I'd say if the Weaver had actually reacted quick enough and got the BKB off, that's going to be probably Team Doggie being wiped, right? The Weaver just melting onto Lycan as well from outside the cogs. That damage adds up quickly. That's going to be about 400 with, of course, the Geminate attacks. So if we average out about a 280, 275, 280, roughly, I'd say, attack per second. Yeah, that's going to hurt. In fact, I think he attacks more than that. I think Taxi's getting out. Yeah, attack speed's pretty good, 0.71, so actually more like 320, 350 damage per second done to Lycan. And when he's stuck in that cogs and anything he hits a blade mailed clockwork, he's going to die quick. And I think the big deal there, as we just saw, this is exactly why the Lycan needed the BKB. There was no Spirit Vessels, which didn't stop him from healing up at all. Of course, the blade mail still hurt, but he was able to just shred through Fervin. And Fervin is going to have to be more careful in these fights now, and he has to realize that. Doggie smoked up, though, moving through the jungle, but they know exactly where SQG is. SQG already anticipating them coming forward. They do reveal them with a scan, but they have to know that SQG is hanging together right now. They must be suspicious about this. Moving around the back anyway. Lycan maybe going to shapeshift up. Oh, they walk straight into Mad Kings. He will dodge out the shapeshift, and there's a jump in by Shadow Fiend. Gets the raise off, but no, and the Requiem Souls. But Arise, he already BKB'd up. They'll shred both the support and the offlaner of the side of Doggie so quickly. SQG gonna lose Shadow Fiend very fast, and now they're looking towards Lycan. He's being forced away. He doesn't have the BKB available. He's gonna get melt moded here. No, he can just run away. He's gonna escape. Barely his. He almost gets clipped out by the wards. Needs a quick TP out. Needs to make this very fast. Weaver coming in right now. They lose your through, melting the dog himself, and now back in the main fight. Arise still going on Fervin. Can't quite find the final hit. He'll have to run away quickly because reinforcements are on their way for SQG. And Arise, the only survivor for Team Doggie, but Puck, he's chasing through quick. He wants this. He got the Yules. Arise, this may actually be a team wipe. Oh, the hook shot, not quite quick, and as Arise sidesteps it, they're still moving through with the Weaver. Nice force stuff away by Arise, but there's the movement forward. There's the Yules, and now you're in a lot of trouble. Silence up, lose your orb. There's the Swarm, plus the right clicks. Team wipe for SQG here. Doggie, they go down hard there. They were the ones making the move towards SQG, but once again, no answer to this Shadow Fiend. Just blinks in, uses the Requiem of Souls with the BKB, and they get shredded by it because all that time, Weaver's on the sideline melting through you. You got the puck, the clockwork control factor is just impossible to deal with. And that wall placement was on point from Shadow Shaman. It really stopped them from initiating where they wanted to and forced them to try and withdraw a little bit too late. And once again, we said, you know, Lycan, he suffered the BKB. Didn't actually get great use out of it, and immediately afterwards we saw the Spirit Vessel. That's about down by Nyx, but oh, there's a Dream Call. Silencing up on the Weaver, controlling him nicely. BKB use, he will go for the time lapse straight away though. And the BKB being up off cooldown is a good thing, but the bigger problem here is you did just lose Rotten in your own base. And now with 5 heroes up, SQG, they're not done just yet. Lycan is about to come up, but I'm not sure how much he can do without enough control around him. They'll move up on the high ground, they'll get their hands on the tower easily enough. Now, Godness going to be frozen up place. We'll move away quick enough. But Shadow Fiend still doing some work. They do end up losing the Earth Spirit due to the puck. And there's the Shackles coming in on Lycan. There's the BKBs. He's going to fight. And a lot of damage. Shadow Fiend go buy some time in the Yules usage. Now, Swift Ending needs to move away quickly because he's giving a lot of trouble. Oh, the damage on the Dreams. Melt him so quickly. Arise, BKB'd up. Mask and Madness trying to fight out with Godness. But Godness hits way too hard, especially with the support of AAA. Rise going to stay under his tier 4s here, but they're still melting the base. The wards are going to work. They're going to send out the Ice Blast, but can they find anything on the back of it? They'll interrupt the use of the heals by Godness. He has still got time lapse and will be fine though. So they get the lane, and they only cost them a Shadow Shaman for that. Fantastic trade for them, and now up to a 12k net worth lead. Almost doubling the lead over the side of Team Doggie off taking that lane. And this is just getting a bit awkward now. I mean, they're going to lose the shrine as well, which is going to put SQG up to about 13, 14k net worth lead. I mean, Doggie, it feels like they're starting to run out of momentum here. There's only so much Lycan can do. He's always got level 25. That's going to be a big deal with the hero health here, which you have to take. There's just too much wave clear to get any use out of those walls. I think you just need to keep your guys alive, and 600 extra health will help a lot with that. Meanwhile, Ron, you're dreaming in a different world, buddy. Aghanims, he's only got 1,000 gold. That's a long way off. The best choice is a safer buybacks because SQG will be back at your base soon. In Roche, you got about 3 minutes left until it's up, and you know SQG are going to be straight on that. They can clear it so quickly with the Swarm plus the damage that Weaver and Shadow Fiend put out between them. But they spot Swift ending up top. They are moving in. Shadow Fiend going to push the lane itself, but I wonder if they'll go for the shot in with the Clockwork here. They've got the puck as well. They flare through just to keep those lanes pushed in. You got to think, what big items can you really get? Raze actually opted to go for Daedalus. I feel like they need to actually get their hands on a Halberd, if anything, but who's going to build it here? I mean, I think the Weaver just does too much damage right now is the real problem. Plus the mana burn, you really start to feel it, and of course, the slows from Skadi. But look at this, immediately, as soon as they get a little glimpse of SQG, they know they have to back up. Oh no, Yules by Mad Kings. Not actually willing to go in there, going to move away instead. LeBron's still a little bit of a threat for him. Actually going to back up here, smoked up. Maybe try and bait Team Doggie out into them. And there's the Fervian being grabbed by Static Link. Will force stuff away to break it. 17 damage stolen though. And now they'll turn around. There's a Dream Call in on the 2. They go free in fact. As Ancient Apparition gets caught and there's a hook shot in. The Yule's up. They're going to melt onto the Nyx. But you know, he protects himself with the Yules. He'll stay alive. They'll turn around and Shadow Fiend. He's going to die quickly. Clockwork stuck in here with Swift Ending. Not the best choice for him. AA Ice Blast comes in. Hits on the Weaver. He's super low. He doesn't have the time lapse available. He's going to hide in the tree line. And that means he's going to lose more on his team. As actually they find a return kill to Earth Spirit with Mad Kings and Drinks. And the side of Doggie, not even interested in going for more kills here. Actually looking to push the lane. Weaver will live, but barely. One hit would have put him in the grave there. And a fantastic fight from Team Doggie. Shame about losing LeBron on the back foot, but they take out 2 big kills there as the Clockwork causing them a lot of havoc in these fights. And the Shadow Fiend, well, they're suddenly proven that his combo isn't going to save him anymore. Actually, Shadow Fiend did opt to go for the Ethereal Blade, which worked against him there. The extra magic damage coming in as the BKB ended. But not really able to take full advantage on side Team Doggie. You haven't got the Roche up just yet. Your lanes, they're pushed in. You just need to push them out and get a little bit of control. There's still a 9k net worth in the side of SQG. Team Doggie not ready to tap out. They've still got a lot of momentum potentially in this game. But first of all, they have to slow down SQGs. I've got to give them, they're in pretty good shape for a team that has managed to lose 1 Brax already. And as we said already, the Lycan just a big deal here. The Howl health helped so much that fight. It kept the supports alive long enough to have a big impact. The Ancient Apparition able to get a decent Ice Blast off. And Ursa able to just buy time up against the Puck and the Shaman. But oh, Wolf Form activated. There's a Yule's usage because Puck does actually have a gem now. No, Yule's in return. They do pop the Linkers into the Impale Stun. Now Puck in a lot of trouble. No escape for you. Melted so quickly. Swift Ending will enjoy a delicious kill there. And they'll even pick up a gem on Noir. And they'll say very much thank you there because that exchange in gold, noticeable as it's about 1.5k thanks to the gem being dropped on the ground by the Puck. And he pucked up there. But that will be the end of the shapeshift. Worth it for that kill nonetheless. And while Roche is up now, they might look towards it. Only 20 seconds until shapeshift is available again. And with the Puck dead, that's a big form of initiation removed for SQG. They just need to make sure that the Clockwork can't get in the Roche pit this time. And I imagine SQG has to know this is going on. But the problem is Team Doggie doing it so fast. Clockwork nowhere near. Won't be able to actually help out with that. And they'll secure themselves the Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. And this is a big deal here. I wonder if they'll go for the AA, picking up the Refresher shard. I don't imagine so. Actually, no. I don't know. I feel like they should. Either him or the Nyx maybe use it the best. But Arise, he gets himself the use of the Aegis, and you're going to see Lycan actually picking up the Refresher. Like Refresher Cheese, not bad here. To be honest, you're basically going to have full shapeshift time in a team fight here, so not the worst investment you can make. Actually, Ancient Apparition, how are you looking right now? Going for a 4-star, not even going to try and head towards the Aghanim Scepter. Probably feeling it's a little bit too greedy, but I mean, you got to give it to Team Doggie. They're starting to shred through SQG. They're bringing the gold lead down to 4k now. It's starting to even up, and honestly, as this game goes later, I feel that Team Doggie have a good shot here. You got Razor, the perfect anti-carry to these right-clickers. And of course, there's just Swift Ending on that Lycan doing so much damage as we speak. Almost 300 per right-click. Of course, then you get the crit chance with the Shapeshift at 40%, which is pretty powerful. And of course, the chance to do additional damage through the Monkey King bar. That's a lot. Actually, wow, he's actually going for the Nullify next by the looks of it. Not necessarily the biggest surprise up against his Shadow Fiend. That's only the real factor left that annoys him is this SF. If they can nullify him and stop him from being able to get his BKB off, they pretty much can win these fights, because right now that's the last thing they need to get through. We said the Weaver is annoying, but you saw how quickly he can still die, and on top of that, he only manages to get so much damage out in a fight because he's got so many heroes around him that protects him. And Team Doggie, they're going to start pushing in on this mid lane. They've got support stand on the side. They want to see some sort of move by SQG, some slip off. They head anyone forward, they'll jump straight onto them. You've got Weaver pushing the bot lane, but he won't be able to push this quick enough because Team Doggie can move in much faster. But actually, they're going to opt to slow down that push by the looks of it as they move away. Actually, they find some nice little juicy wards as well. That gem coming in handy on the Nyx. They'll move away. Looks like they're going to push in bot. They know that lane's going to be pressured by Weaver. They just need to make sure they can quickly enough get a lane pushed in before Weaver pushes another. Otherwise, they're not going to trade effectively. Preferably, you want that mid lane, of course, because that has already got mega creeps pushing down it for this side of SQG. And the other thing is, like Clockwork, you can just keep throwing the rocket flares over and pushing this against you. Clockwork, by the way, about to get level 25. I'd imagine he goes for the true sight here because of the Nyx. It's a reasonable pickup. Unless you want to expend into another gem, which they might do so eventually with the puck. And the Battery Assault interval is handy, right? But the problem is, how are you going to keep a hold of a Lycan? If you put him in the cogs, he BKB's up, he's just going to jump out of that straight away, and you can't keep pace with him at all. Maybe you hook shot, but BKB's going to be long enough for him to keep running away. Your alternative target is what? The Razor? Well, it's annoying, but once again, BKB is just going to static link you up, turn around, shred you with a Hurricane Pike, moving away instantly. So I don't really see Battery Assault being as useful as it could be in this game. Whereas the True Sight, much more handy. Especially if you want to go for Roche again later. Of course, you will be able to keep vision of that over the Roche pit with True Sight. Well, they move up the high ground. Get a little bit of chip damage in there, but not much. Poor little wolves get put down by Shadow Fiend. Someone call Peda, please. And Weaver, once again, being damn annoying here. Godness just making sure there's pressure on the lanes. I wonder if he'll push for the high ground. He won't be able to exchange as quickly. They might have the... Oh no! LeBron! He goes in! 4-star out just in time down to half HP. That's the Dream Call on cooldown, and now Swift Ending says, let's go. That's a big ult, not available for the defense now. They have got the wards, so they might need to push them down. They're trying to buy time against this Lycan. Hook shot into the back. They do actually find the Razor, and he's going to have to move out that quickly because Arise, BKB'd up, so Swift Ending's trying to look for Drinks, but there's the Ghost Step to keep him alive. Now there's the stun, not quite hitting on Drinks. They're going to try and shred this tag quickly, but now, Lycan a little bit of trouble, shackled up, but Charman just done so quickly. He's trying to keep his composure and buy time, but there's the Earth Spirit as well as Swift Ending on that Lycan. Two quick pickoffs, and suddenly Razor, he tries to TP out. No, they interrupt with the cogs, and now there's a lot of trouble because there's a Yules up into the Requiem of Souls. They'll find that kill. Nyx dead, as well as the Weaver continuing to push because they had to return to deal with that. But now BKB going to be wasted. Razor caught out in the middle of nowhere, doesn't have a TP out, going to try and man fight up, but the hook shot controlling him too well. He'll die up as well. Big fight for SQG as they shut out Team Doggie and maybe continue to push here. It looks like Weaver did move back, got pretty low there, so did move away. Did manage to resecure the gem off that very generous donation from the Nyx, and did actually get the tier 3 in the top lane. And just as Team Doggie look like they're starting to get control of this game again, SQG just proving the Weaver can push lanes much quicker than they can. And I mean, this is a big issue. They got buybacks available on the Razor, but nothing for the Lycan right now. He's a little bit short. Just jump changing it. LeBron can buy back as well. Doesn't look like the side of SQG is going to be able to pressure quick enough because they did have to send Weaver back to base to heal up. And speaking of Weaver, looks like he's actually going for the Daedalus build here. That's going to hit pretty damn hard though. You're going to feel it. Especially when you consider Gemini attack. The likelihood of you proccing is going to be pretty damn high. Clockwork himself actually looking towards the nullifier we were talking about his opponent before, but no, AA gets caught out by the Pug and the Shadow Fiend, and now they're in your base, knocking at your door, buyback by the Razor. You need to move fast. There's a stun by Earth Spirit, needs a silence as well. Puck in a lot of trouble here, gonna use up to save himself. Shadow Fiend the same, but can they move away quick enough? Puck should be okay, but looks like Shadow Fiend being chased down. Nice 4-stuff away by the Clockwork. Should be able to move away. Clock creating a lot of space. Will hook shot out to the creep wave. Nicely done, and it looks like everyone might escape. Puck maybe a little bit of trouble, but the silence gonna stop Earth Spirit from pursuing any further past this creep wave. And now in the bot lane, BKB'd up on Weaver, Lycan chasing, moving real fast here. Godness maybe in a little bit of trouble. Gets love tap. Can he actually finish it off though? Going the wrong way. Oh no, the cogs! He blocks out his own teammate. SQG could be in a little bit of trouble. Godness getting pretty low, still chasing us. Don't even care about the Clockwork right now. They might have to just turn around and accept Furvian as a tribute instead though, and they will do so. The Blade Mail will buy him a little bit of time, but here's the issue. Lycan's ult has ran out. He's got the Refresher Shard still, but he's not willing to use it right now. And it looks like the Clockwork might escape. This Dream Coil use doesn't actually hit anyone. But they do still manage to get Fervine out alive. So they get a kill on the Ancient Apparition. They force the buyback on Razor. And they, well, don't do too much damage to the melee racks. That'll heal up. But nonetheless, nothing lost for that investment. SQG gotta be feeling pretty good about themselves. Well, it looked like it was divoting down in terms of net worth lead. Back up to 15k net worth in favor of SQG. And, well, Shadow Fiend now with the Shivas. He's got a lot of slow, a lot of control. This guy's becoming a bit of a nightmare. And things only get worse, especially with that cooldown reduction. Shiva's every 18 seconds, the BKB up every 33 seconds, and able to E-Blade every 12. Potentially 2 E-Blades a fight here could be a big deal. He could shred through the supports quite easily with that. And here's the biggest issue you have to consider here, right? Lycan was scary maybe about 10 minutes ago, but with his BKB down to 5 seconds, the amount of effect he can have in this fight has decreased exponentially. Lycan just going to use Wolfform to run bot by the looks of it. Doesn't want to have his TPs pulled out. It's a decent amount of farm here, but you've Wolfform for this. And the thing is, SQG know this. They're moving down right now. Nyx pings out the smoke from SQG, but there's a Dream Coil in. Lycan in a little bit of trouble here. Will BKB up to start fighting. Godness trying to fight against him, but losing a lot of health. Swift Ending still having the cheese, by the way. Will move away before the rest of the soldiers go through, but there's the Yules in. They're going to hook shot and trap him up. He's going to be forced up out. Still has the cheese. Not using it just yet. Might want to consider it. He's going to try and run back to base quick enough, but they shackle on a Razor. In a lot of trouble here. BKB's up just in time to move away, but they lose the Ancient Apparition and he walks a bit too close to Godness. Now they're going to lose the melee racks. Will they lose the range as well? Looks like nice stun combos coming out from Rotten and LeBron, but not doing really much damage for this lineup. There's the Magnetize to try and buy space as well. You're still going to lose the racks. You've only got one lane left right now, and I'm not sure if SUG is going to stop there. Lycan uses Shapeshift, chasing on for something. Needs to find anyone right now. Looks like they might find the Shaman, but not the best kill right now. They need something bigger. The Yule's just so much control for this Doggie. Oh, and there goes around the Weaver. He does have the timelapse available again. We'll move back. Nyx buys himself a little bit of time, but there's a Spike Carapace. Needs to be careful with the Clockwork. Can't get out of this right now. He actually went with the Barry Salt interval, and it's so effective. LeBron saves the Nyx, but not for long as Puck comes on the back foot and finds him. Arise, Dream called up along with LeBron. LeBron going to die off. Swift Ending does dodge out the coil, but that Refresher shard already used. He doesn't have his ultimate right now. Arise being shredded by Godness, just kiting him out perfectly here. They're going to kill him off. And meanwhile, Lycan in a lot of trouble as Swift Ending just alone. All of his team dead. It looks like it's going to be a team wipe. They get him. Killing spree for Godness. Buyback instantly by Lycan. This is his moment. Can he shine right now? They're all alive on half HP on the side of SQG. And they go straight for top. They're not done just yet. BKB not available for 15 seconds on Lycan. He can't go out just yet. He has got Shapeshift, but he goes in. He knows there's at least 2 Yules that will just screw him over here. There's Lycan form, Ancient Apparition, nice blast, hitting onto drinks at least, but Mad King's also clipped up. If he gets one hit on any of these, they are going to melt, but nice cogs to buy time. There's the Yules as well. Hook shot through. Fervin's going to die still, but Puck will escape. You do get 1 kill, but look at the gold now. 29,000 gold net worth lead for the side of SQG. And Doggie, how do you deal with mega creeps with your lineup? Lycan doesn't have wave clear. Plasma Field's not going to be that great for it. Impale's not going to do much either. This is going to be incredibly hard. SQG still having all their lanes intact. This game going on for quite a while, up to 50 minutes now. But I think SQG maybe just go straight for the Roche and finish this. Because, honestly, if they get their hands on the Aegis Cheese and the Refresher Shard, double wards, plus the Aegis to keep the Shadow Fiend going, and the Cheese for the Weaver, you're not going to be able to kill him. I mean, this Weaver is almost impossible to kill now. He has gone for the heart and the BKB. And they're going to go straight for that Roche bit, as we were saying. They won't even need the wards. They'll just let the Weaver shred through this, maybe cover him. With the Swarm, he's going to do it pretty quickly. Ping's coming out. They have to know what's going on the side of Team Doggie. But how do you get out of this base? You still haven't cleared the bot creep wave. I think with DD, that should actually end this pretty quickly. They're going to get their hands on that Aegis. And I don't think there's anything really left that Team Doggie can do this game. No big item that's going to make the difference. I mean, Swift Ending still got a long way to go to that Nullify. If he could have got that before the last fight, big deal. But right now, that's an Aegis on to Godness. And AAA picking up the cheese. Looks like a Refresher Shard for the Shaman. And they're going to come straight for you. You're going to heal up first. They don't want too much of a rush. Godness is just going to finish off this last shrine on the side of Radiant. But this has got to be demoralizing for Team Doggie. They're trying to hang in this, but right now, things are looking grim. They can't get out of their base because of these creeps. They need some sort of wave clear items, but they need the Nullifier worse on Swift Ending, so he has to focus on that. No one else liked to get any sort of wave clear here. In fact, Razor opting to go for the Skadi this game. But they're already lingering nearby. SQG just have practically full control of this map. The only area they're not in full control of right now is Team Doggie's base. Although you could argue with all the lanes gone to an extent, they kind of have control of that too. Or at least they're going to try and take full territory right now as they're moving in with this creep wave mid. They're ready to rock, ready to roll. 32k net worth lead ahead. It's going to take quite a few fights for Team Doggie to even this up, and between the creeps and the heroes, it's going to be tough to hold this. There's the movement in with the ward, the refresher shard as well. Swift ending moving away, BK beat up and in wolf form, but he's hitting the dream call. He actually gets stunned up, could be in a little bit of trouble here. Shadow Fiend, BK beats up, moves away. Nick's assassin being sheeped in place. Arise trying to stand and fight, but Furby doing a lot of damage. Nullifier goes out on the Razor. He's going to dive really quickly. Now Ron gets the double stun, but GG called. Not hard enough. They tap out. SQG take game 1 and do it very convincingly in the end. And we were saying, right, it came down to this scenario where Team Doggie, they had this mid-game potential that they had to hit on really hard. If they couldn't stop SQG from farming, this was going to slide away from them. The BKBs only do too much, and when you get down to 5 seconds, that's not enough against what SQG has between the Clockworks control factor, the Shadow Fiend cast build, and just the amount of control the Puck brought, especially picking up that Axe. Well played by him to get that in such great time and after seeing the BKBs come online. But in the end, it just felt like a waiting game. Doggie just holding on, but in the end, not able to actually turn it around. So Swiss Quality take game 1, but they're not quite out of this yet on the side of Team Doggie. This is a best of 3, so let's see if Team Doggie can give a little bit of upset, or maybe take us to a best of 3. It's been a few days since we've had one. It's been a long time since we've seen one of them around here. But stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in the next few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Sist nås vi av nyheten att det svenska succébandet Swedish House Mafia lägger ner. Medlemmarna som arbetat tillsammans sedan 20...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Prodota Cup Series Europe. Nice little tongue twist there for me. Lower bracket semi-finals. Of course, the winner of this will be going on to the grand finals to face off against Gambit. And Swiss Quality Gaming off to a good start, looking maybe to get some revenge against Gambit as they do take the first game. Don't be fooled by the score in the lobby. Slight mistake they made there. Team Doggie were the losers. Commiserations to them. Let's see if they can turn it around in game 2. And hopefully we'll have the scores ready next game as well, correctly. But ban-wise, actually, Swiss Quality Gaming sticking their guns to the most. They do get rid of the Knicks. They found that a bit pesky through that early mid-game. Managed to surpass it despite its awkward discrepancies. Other than that, you're going to see the Tusk and Bane ban as per usual coming out from them. Team Doggie, though, getting rid of that clockwork. No real surprise there. It just caused them so much upset last game. The Knight still can Batrider, not really surprising bans, but that does leave things such as the Beastmaster still open in the field. Swiss Quality Gaming opting for the tiny pick here, though. They do like to run this pretty regularly. In fact, that's kind of like saying that humans, you know, this odd human over here likes to breathe. Most teams like to run the tiny currently. Just so strong with the ability to farm up quickly in lane with tree grab, as well as then go on the ganking spree with Blink or Shadowblade in the mid game. And the thing is, he shuts you out from really picking some of the best offlaners that tend to usually be melees, right? Because of course the cleave damage is 100%. It hurts a lot as he's just trying to farm up, ends up farming you too. But we also see the Ogre Magi grouped with the Tiny. This is going to cause a lot of pain from Swiss Quality. I like what they're looking for, and like what they're thinking right away. And Team Doggie, they've responded so far by locking in what I'd imagine is both their supports here. As they pick up both the Sand King and the Shadow Shaman. And it's likely that this is going to be an off-lane Sand King. Rotten does tend to play the hero a lot. Shaman should be the post 5 Noir manning that. But ban-wise, we do see Team Doggie get rid of the Shadow Fiend as well, which did cause him a lot of upset last time. Not as much a concern considering they already got rid of the Clockwork, but theoretically could get picked. They're probably looking to something that can kind of gradually just be out in the mid lane. Maybe more damage over time bully than actually outright. Something like a Queen of Pain, possibly an OD this game for Team Doggie. And get rid of Shadow Fiend, gets rid of any sort of issue involving these Shadow Razors into the right-click combo being superior. But Brewmaster and Razor were banned by Swiss Quality, so they acknowledged that the Razor was somewhat of an issue in some ways. The Rise played it reasonably well, but in the end, they just couldn't really handle the combined annoyances of the Clockwork and the Weaver. Interesting ban on the Tinker. Tinker has been a fairly dominant pick recently. Just essentially the fact that he only requires a Kai to just get sustained fights going is a big issue right now in the current patch. In fact, there's a lot of questions around how powerful Kai really is. And of course, heroes like Tinker and Storm Spirit use it incredibly well. Speaking of Storm Spirit, Storm might be a good pickup this game for Doggie. I don't think they tend to play it very often though. Rise not typically a Storm play. He can, but I wonder if he will this game. This quality, meanwhile, I'm wondering if they're going to bring across anything from last game's lineup. They can't get the Clockwork, and that was their big standout hero. So let's see where they go. They actually pick up the Rubik straight after the Doom pick by Doggie. So Doggie getting down and dirty with the Doom picks here. Goddamn Doom pickers. Of course, because the Batride they already banned out themselves. So they have the big single target focus. Beastmaster still in the rotation. They could get that on Swiss Quality Gaming. He's a tanky individual. He fights out well, but the problem is maybe a bit too early for them to commit to that, especially when they see the Shadow Shaman Sand King. Beast could struggle a lot in a lane. They might want something that's a bit more defensive through actually just sustaining and staying alive versus just trying to actually right-click and force out their opponents. But Doggie, second pick for them. Likely to lock in another support, because as I said already, I think this will end up being an offlane Sand King. Although it might be a bit risky for him. Like we said before, melee heroes do suffer against Tiny, and the fact they've got Ogre Magi and Rubik means they've got a lot of control and a lot of potential kill power onto this Sand King. But they're going for another support, maybe something like they're going with the Medusa. They're going to lock in the Medusa next, so they get their mid switched in there. I wonder if Swiss Quality is still like to go for something like the Storm Spirit. It's not too bad, but it will suffer to a decent degree thanks to the Mystic Snake and the slow movement speed, meaning he can get caught next to the creeps. But I like this pick from Team Doggie. I mean, they've got a lot of control from the Sand King and Shaman, so they can force it out nicely. And we do see the Outworld Devourer we were talking about. Not really too surprised they went with that. After the banouts that occurred there, Outworld Devourer, a strong pick. They got a lot of stuns around him with the Rubik, Ogre Magi, and Tiny. Not to mention the Astral Imprison just to remove factors for a few seconds. Doom will be looking for this target a lot though. OD's going to have to be careful as all hell here because he could be very vulnerable. I wonder if he'll opt for a quick item like the Hooded Defiance, which will allow him to tank up a lot of the magic damage from Doom. But we'll still keep him shut out of the fight. He's probably going to need a Lincoln at some point, but it's a big deal if you have to rush the Lincolns. Not the biggest deal for Swiss Quality's line. Of course, they do have the Rubik with the lift. They've got the Ogre with slows and stuns. There's a lot of control factors, so maybe you do rush towards the Lincolns here. The problem is that kind of affects your ability to harass out the Medusa on the side of Team Doggie and keep her from farming altogether. But bans, final one's actually going to be the Weaver by Team Doggie, not wanting to have to deal with that problem again. Especially when you got the Medusa, you got to remember he gets an inbuilt mana burn as well as being likely to pick up the Diffusal. You will melt through Medusa very quickly, especially when you've already got an Outward Devourer. They want to make sure she doesn't get completely counted out this game, and they're not worried about the Nyx because that already got banned out by Swiss Quality themselves. But the final ban for Swiss will be the short sniper himself. They don't want to see a sniper. So there's no snipers, no Tinker. This is really looking like a prejudice time against short people right now. Who do I report that to? Pet for animal abuse, short people. I'll probably have to go up to some mountains and knock on the dwarf hold. But anyway, Swiss Quality need an offlane. They need something strong that can sustain itself. Team Doggie haven't given away anything here. They're still keeping the cards close to their chest on who's going to be in the safe lane. I wonder if you go super green and pick someone like Luna. In some degrees you can get away with it. The problem is going to be the Tiny. It's going to be the Enchantress by Swiss Quality. Nice pick there. They have a reasonable amount of magic damage, not enough to burn her out. And they actually will go for the Broodmother pick here. So it's been a while since we've seen one of these, but Team Doggie, they unleash it. Maybe a bit too bold when you've got a Tiny in the game, but of course, Arise shouldn't be going up against it because this is a safe lane Medusa, which means Brood will be in the mid against Outworld Devourer. The problem is, you can do a decent amount of damage with the Astral Imprison. I think the goal here is to actually force Ignitable to just level into the Oh, wait, no, they switch. Ignite was going to go mid here, or is Godness going to take up the mid? I'm not sure. This could be a safe lane out with Devour. I think they're trying to anticipate where Rise is likely to go. He should be in the mid nonetheless. So they're actually going to switch it out and have Tiny take the mid, which, as we were saying, is going to be very effective. Broods suffer a lot against Tinies here because, of course, you've got that cleave straight away, plus the Avalanche toss. You can pretty much clear all the spiders straight away. So we're now getting into game 2 of this best of 3 between SQG and Team Doggie. SQG taking the first game so far. Let's see if they can wrap it out in game 2, or if there's going to be a bit of a bite back from the side of Team Doggie. See if that Doggie is actually on the leash. Well, he wasn't last game, but well, he actually was last game to a big extent with all the control they had. But coming out, looks like LeBron going to be rocking it out on that Sand King. You're going to see Swift Ending manned up on the Deucer here. Should be able to get reasonably decent farm in his lane, and what the hell's going on there? Sorry, I got a little bit of mouse lock. 1 second, guys. My apologies. There we go. So yeah, Swift Ending on the Medusa here. Should be able to farm pretty effectively up against the Enchantress, just not focusing her out necessarily. The problem is Enchantress does have a slight advantage on damage and has opted for the Orb of Venom, so she's going to be looking to get really aggressive. The thing is, you do have a Sand King and a Shadow Shaman. There's potentially enough damage to kill off the Enchantress at the beginning of the game. You get 1 or 2 right clicks and then you burn her out with the multi-stuns, and that's easily feasible to get those right clicks in with the stuns they have available. But actually, it looks like, no, they're going to stick Doom in the top lane. Ron going to be top up against this Enchantress. They're going to go aggressive in the bot lane with Swift Ending on that Medusa, Noir playing on the Shadow Shaman, and Sand King going to be manned by LeBron. Meanwhile, you're going to see the Brood playing by Arise in that mid lane. Should be going up against the Tiny, who will be played by Ignitables. Off lane, covered by Mad Kings on the Enchantress, and OD, he should be playing... No, is he going mid? I don't know, actually, right now. It looks like they are going to stick in mid, maybe. Oh, Mad Kings doesn't actually manage to get the steal on the rune there. But no, just to round it out, Drinks playing on the Ogre Magi. You're going to see Rubik up. And going to be played by Fervin. Looks like they will stick the Tiny mid, as we were expecting. And OD, Golden's actually going top here. Yeah, he wants to be up against the Doom. So, looks like they're doing a lot of switching around of lanes right now. Enchantress actually going to be going bot. They want to get in that lane up against these three, because of course she has the best survivability out of their three cores. And straight away we're going to see the issue we're talking about. Arise already down to half HP here because he tries to step up to Ignitables, and yeah, you're going to feel that pain quick. And this is never going to stop. He's going to keep throwing trees at you and causing you all kinds of nuisances. The thing is, you can't really contest his damage. You've got the Quelling Blade, but you hit for 47 naturally versus the 84 Tiny. He's going to be able to get all the CS he needs and deny most of the creeps as well. But Mad King's in the bot lane. They want to try and move in this, but Rubik is close by. Spots out LeBron there. And there's a slow from Enchantress keeping them away. Wisp will actually heal her up quite nicely. Oh, Fervor needs to be careful. You can't really trade effectively with LeBron if he gets close to you. But Tiny, as we said, he should do well in the mid lane. Already up to 5 last hits. Arise getting a few here, but that's mainly because it was under his tower. As soon as you're actually out on the even ground, you're not going to be able to do it. OD. Oh, actually not off to a bad start. 4-4. Doom barely able to touch his creep so far. And needs to be careful here because actually we use Arcane Orbs to steal int from him. The Ignite is out as well. Drinks can trade quite effectively against the Doom because of course he does have a lot of natural regen. 5.6 to be specific, without even eating a tango. Now we'll keep him on the back foot. Meanwhile, how's Tiny looking? 12-1. This is going to be an issue. They need to rotate and gank with Tiny quickly. Otherwise, he's going to farm way too fast, and he's going to pretty much shut out Arise. If Tiny gets decent farm, Arise's game as a Broodmother is pretty much over. At the moment, they can just keep him under control of one hero. What you want to eventually reach the point where you need to rotate 2 free heroes on the side of SQG to deal with Team Doggie's mid, but not looking to get there anytime soon, really. Arise is at least taking advantage of the spiders to help him actually last it up, so he's able to get a few more now. But very, very quiet from both teams. Not able to find any easy kills. Mad King's getting a little bit low, but constantly whispering up to make sure they can't actually kill him off. And with the Dark Soul Trummoner now, Dark Troll Summoner. What the hell is a Soul Trummoner? They will be able to just stay alive quite easily because, of course, the net's going to be available if you try and jump onto the Enchantress here. And I don't know. I feel like the longer this goes on, the more it kind of favors SQG in this kind of like this static, nothing happening scenario, right? The OD is going to get a reasonable farm. He's already got 69. The Tiny's going to keep farm like crazy. You got the Deuce getting good gold, but you always have to keep someone here. Whereas the side of SQG just rotate Rubik back and forth. The most they can leave Enchantress alone here because the creep wave, actually good equilibrium here as Mad Kings is keeping it just outside range of his tower. Swifting not really able to do much about that. It's hard to actually get the pull off here. Things come out Sand King saying Rubik is on his way mid. Arise could die very quickly to Ignitable. He's got 2 points in the Avalanche plus the tree grab. Can do a lot of damage here. An old Shackle and the Mad Kings, but he's under tower. They're going to go for the stun anyway. They want this kill. Can they get it quick enough? They do. First blood. Wire picking up the kill. Almost gets out of the stun. If he got that wand off, he would stay alive and be able to move away. But now they're going to have to keep an eye on this bot lane. Because it looks like Mad Kings could still have issues. Only has level 3, so went for 1 point in everything, of course. Didn't actually opt for a second point into Untouchable. Maybe regrets it to an extent, because that final right click is what really sealed the deal. Actually, looks like there might be an attempt at revenge from the side of SQG. They're moving in on this top lane. Ron getting harassed down. Going to turn around Godness. Not the right move, though, because he's away from the tree line. We'll actually go for the Mango Eat, but they're going to go deeper with the supports. Godness almost dies off, but Ron trying to stay alive with the use of the Scorched Earth, but taking so much damage. They're going to dive deep for this. Got to be careful with the Courier, though. Actually, Ron found in the corner. Going to be slammed down real quickly, real easily. Godness gets the kill. And now they are TPing in LeBron, but there's going to be an Tango on the tree. Just move away easily enough. LeBron TP's in, but can't actually do anything. Actually going to bring the Doom straight back, but no kill potential likely to be here. They're going to see Sand King coming a mile off. They've even got a ward down watching him the whole time. And Tiny, meanwhile, Shadow Shaman trying to buy himself some time, pinging out, going, please help me. Arise not able to actually go back up his teammate and Simon. Well, that's going to be a nice, easy solo kill for Ignitables as the Shaman just finds himself walking in the wrong neighborhood. Soul Ring actually up on the Tiny. He's opting to go Soul Ring this game. Has got the killer as well. I don't think it's going to take very long to get his initiation item on the line. He's obviously going to stop off the treads first, and then he goes straight into the Blink Dagger or the Shadow Blade. But once again, we're talking about this. Ron's going to lose his harassment battles of drinks, even with the Scorched Earth each time. Just the regen so decent on Ogre by default, really. And Scorched Earth will, it'll allow you to regen up, but it's a big cooldown. You don't want to blow it for nothing. Ogre just keeps interrupting any attempt at a pull. There's one great use of the hero. He's so tanky, can do this, but now they're going to move forward onto him. Sand King coming in as well. There's a stun through. Looks like you're going to see Drinks in a lot of trouble here. Hoof Stomp just to make sure he can't escape. No stun for you. Rotten gets himself the kill. That's nicely done. They still actually managed to pull the creep wave, thanks to the fact that they used Ogre to bait it through. Meanwhile, looks like they're jumping straight into Broodmother, toss him in place. Tiny going for the kill. They can't get the lift, though. Arise gets just far enough away to survive that. This is the one thing they got going for them right now, is the fact that because Tiny can't move as quickly as Brood, you can just kite it out reasonably. But as this goes on, if Tiny keeps farming like he is, 48-6 is going to become a problem. Look, there it is right now. Oh, he tosses onto Arise. Oh, barely staying alive there. Level 1 toss will ensure he does get to live, but that was a close call. If Tiny found that DD beforehand, it's a completely different matter here. Nice stun interruption by Sand King just to get that DD in. Ignitables will tip his hat and move away. He'll accept the fact that he's not going to be that rock hard right now. And now that Tiny does have 6, the considerable damage increase means he can just force Arise out of lane. And Arise already going to the jungle just to try and rebuild his army of spiders, really. But when he comes back to lane, the tree grab available, you're going to take a lot of damage here. Every time. Meanwhile, at the top, though, jumping on Outworld Devourer. They even brought Swift ending up, and nice use after Imprison to stop Doom. They'll turn around to LeBron. He's under tower. He's dead. Shackle's in place by Ogre, but he's really tanky. Hard one to bring down. They should be able to get in the Hoof Stomp, ensuring it with the Ether Shock. They pick up a return kill as LeBron dies, but they find Drinks for it. And I think the side of SQG was slightly more happy because, of course, his Ogre a lot poorer than Sand King right now. About even on the gold XP exchange, nonetheless. Of course, keeping the Sand King off the field a bigger deal, just making sure he can't get any extra gold towards this Blink Dagger. Bigger deal than the Ogre Magi being missing for a few seconds, as he is, of course, the position 5. Well, I've actually rotated Medusa to be top now, so looks like they'll be moving the Doom to the bot lane soon. He's almost got level 6, so he can actually kill off Enchantress reasonably easily here. Especially if Sand King go around the bot as he is. I mean, Doom's going to grab a TP, be ready to TP up. Does have the raindrop. Not really going to need it against Enchantress, but there's a TP in. Sand King, LeBron ready to move here. It's nighttime, so Mad Kings can't see this. He's going to move back. Actually, no kill opportunity because LeBron, a bit paranoid of incoming issues. They ping him out. They see him. Trousers unzipped. They want to get their hands on him, but moving too quickly with those Tranks. Drink's not able to close the distance. And he will get to live. But Rise already getting that medallion. Wants to go for a Desolate as quickly as possible. And then he can actually shred the supports of SQG. He can't look for the Tiny right now. Doesn't have enough health to really survive the combo. I mean, we've seen how much damage this Tiny does, especially if you're in lane, it gets 1 or 2 hits of harassment on you. The regen is nice from your webs, but it's not going to be enough to save you. All the Doom, though. Trying to get enough XP for 6. He's getting real close here. But Mad Kings already has level 7, so he's got impetus leveled, as well as having drinks available to help with the stun into the Centaur hoof stomp. They could potentially get a kill into Doom here. And actually, he's the creep up. Oh, the hate for Mad Kings here. I was wondering how long before we do that. No creep for you, Enchantress. The problem is every time... This is a really effective use because every time you have to go out of lane to get another creep, you're potentially missing out on farm. And the great thing is, you know, Rotten needs to usually go and eat creeps, but they're just being brought to him by the Enchantress right now. And I wonder if he's going to go for the drums on Doom. It's usually a decent pickup. Of course, allows you to move forward, do a lot of damage extra. And of course, the mana gain is helpful, but... We want to do the Doom, won't actually end up doing it. Needs to be careful. It takes a lot of damage from Impetus there. Down to half HP after 2 hits. Santa Claus, well, the gift he wants for Christmas is an Outward Devourer. They're pinging out for the kill. Moving in right now on the side of Team Doggie, though. Astra imprisoned by himself. Time Tiny in the way. There's a lift on the LeBron. He's a little bit of trouble. Avalanche as well. Toss in the sky, and you're dead. SQG on point with these rotations. Predicting every move that the side of Team Doggie are trying to make here. And punishing them accordingly each time they do. Tiny almost has the Blink Dagger. Up to 1,300 gold. Won't be long until it's online. Naikaramba, you're going to start to run into issues at that point. Rubik in the mid, though, they get chased onto him. They actually doom him up. Tiny can deny that pretty easily. We'll just love tap it. And that's a wasted doom on a position for support, and you don't even get the kill. Not to mention you lose a bunch of your spice in the process. Tiny's got to be happy with himself. Like, well, you came for the kill, but you're left with nothing. Oh, but no, there is more gained. Odie in the top lane. They jump onto him with the Sand King and the Shaman support by the Medusa. They get the kill. We're looking in all the wrong places. Oh, Shackle out on Ogre Magi. Moving in quickly. Does have the Hoof Stomp, but can't close the distance. Nice. Hex will give him enough time to move in with the Hoof Stomp. There's the club in the face. Ogre going to die off here. And now they're making SQG pay the price. You might have denied that Rubik in the middle lane, but you lost 2 in the top. The Rubik, he's moving back here, does go for the steal, managed to find the Mystic Snake. And now Doom diving under with LeBron. Furby in a lot of trouble. TP's coming in from Enchantress and the Ogre. And no, they actually do find Rotten here. They're going to break the tree line. They're going to look straight for him. Mad King's doing a decent amount of damage, but there's the TP out. They should be able to make it. No, the stun from Drinks just in time. Rotten trapped in the tree line. Mad King's melt through him. Hoof Stomp won't save you as the Mystic Snake used by Furby to secure the kill. And that's a good pickoff. Off the back of what should have been them dying. They're pinging out LeBron here. He doesn't actually have his escape, by the way. Sentry'd up. He's in a lot of trouble. They're going to interrupt him from farming the rest of this camp. And there's the snake through to just get more damage and the creeps. LeBron going to look for the stun down. Will be able to move away. They weren't actually able to get on him in time. I wonder if he's going to try and get in range for the steal. Won't be able to do it because there's no vision for Furby in here. But, I mean, they stopped the whole camp from being taken by Sand King. Sand King was still finding a little bit of gold for himself, so not doing too bad there. But this Tiny up to 6k net worth lead. We were saying this is going to become a problem, and this is the usual way we see games go. The Tiny farms too quickly. No one actually stops it. And before you know it, he's just ambushing you, and he will start to do that. He's got the Blink Dagger online right now, and he wants to interrupt what is happening here at the Ancients. Can't really do it on his own, though. There's a lot of heroes on the side of Team Doggie standing by. They know that Tiny wants to go because they've got vision of him as we speak. Got reinforcements on the way. You can't really jump in too quickly. Doom's going to be available in 15 seconds. He's going forward, though. Ignitable wants to do this. Oh, there's a jump in. Blinks past. Finds the Medusa straight away. But now you're in a little bit of trouble. Stun down play is going to start clubbing, do a lot of work. But there's the Shackles used. There's the Insanity Eclipse brought down. They find a Doom kill. Astra in prison to save time and make sure they can keep Tiny alive. Should be able to blink away safely. No, he actually turns around for the club. Needs to be careful, though. Tosses up on a swift ending. They'll find that kill. Double stun through. There's the wards put down. They're going to Shackle Goddess in place. Furby needs to move away from this. And meanwhile, on the back foot, there's actually a kill on the Ogre Magi. Arise arrives, and he wants more blood. Sees Fervin, sticks the webs down. He'll be able to get on top of him. Finally decides to right-click through. But no, looks for the wave clear. Won't be able to do so. They get 4 kills for the price of 2. And SQG maybe getting a little bit too ballsy there. Tiny wanted it so badly, but your positioning was all out of whack. They had vision of you, which you couldn't have known. But even then, you knew there was at least 2 heroes there, possibly more. And honestly, they only got that far because they dodged past the Doom in time. I think if they could have done that over, they would have moved straight away. But now, looks like the side of Team Doggie want to push on this bot tower. They do have Doom off cooldown, so they can easily push into this. Godness has opted for a Midas this game. This is a little bit greedy, I gotta say. Oh, LeBron stuns in. There's the epicenter come through as well. Only a lot of trouble. Doomed up as well, just to make sure the hate for this Godness OD right now. And goodness gracious. Just go check the pulse on that. Yep, that's dead. I'm not even interested in pushing the tower just yet. They're going to cut the creeps to keep the pressure on, but... Speaking of tower pushing, Mad King's doing the same in the mid lane as he gets the whiffs up. And he'll do a decent amount of damage to this tower, but needs to be careful of Arise. Arise could just come out at any moment. What the hell was that graphical glitch? Not really doing any damage to these spiderlings. They just heal up so damn quick. And are incredibly ugly, I might add. Good lord. I want to kick it, but I'm afraid I might make it blind for life. So, Tiny, we were saying he had that, what was it, about 2k net worth lead? About 2-3 minutes ago. Brood, though, even it up, and Deuce are keeping good pace as well. OD falling a little bit behind them. And the net worth is starting to favor the side of Team Doggie. And SQG have got to be feeling this slightly. They want to be really active with the Tiny in the mid game, but they're struggling to find it now. I mean, when you look at it, Team Doggie have a lot of tanky individuals in the lineup, and on top of that, they are staying grouped up a lot of the time, but still finding so much farm. How is your guess as good as mine, really? I mean, honestly, when they're sharing the jungle like this, and 2 lanes, they should be suffering somewhat on the gold intake, but nope. Going in with stuns, and Enchantress a little bit of trouble. Mask Mad Start will force out the use of the Wisps, which will end the gank potential, as Shaman nowhere near to do anything about that. Arise, he's pushing on the bot lane, and well, we were saying that time was going to be an issue if he didn't shut him down, but Arise, he's become an issue on his own because he has not been shut down either. Taking that mid lane now. Meanwhile, in the mid, looks like Shadow Shaman going to be interrupted on his shackles, but Doom going to zone out. Doesn't have his ultimate available, still got 30 seconds to wait. There's no tier 1 in the mid lane for SQG, so there is an advantage for the side of Team Doggie to respond to fights here. And I probably want to just deal with that tower quickly so that advantage does go away. Like multiple heroes going bot, they really want to get their hands on Arise here. He has already got Deslayer, is heading for that Mob Mask next. Coming a problem. In fact, it looks like he might even wait for the Arise. Arise might actually wait for Godness to push out here. Good opportunity. Looks like it's coming. Godness a little bit suspicious though. He sees the webs. He's like, no, nope. Moving away. Don't want any part of that. Godness does almost have the Force Staff, but the problem is Arise is going to chase you down so quickly. The Force Staff's not going to be enough to save you. You need a blink, if anything. That's the thing. Like, you've gone for the Midas, right? So you haven't built a tanky item to keep you alive. You're being a bit greedy here. The in-game is decent. You'll be able to melt through targets reasonably well, but the thing is, you aren't tanky enough to stay in the middle of these fights. And Ogre, oh, nice avalanche on this tanking. Stuns through onto the Tiny, but getting hit up by the Impetus. There's the Doom use, but they're right next to the Shrine. So practically wasted by Rotten. And look at the harassment from Mad King's doing so much damage. Doesn't actually hit up the Sand King at the end there. So Sand King will be able to blink away, but they get the kill on the Doom with a final Impetus. That's a nice big juicy kill for them. He just threw out the Doom and he dies for it as a result. Actually, they'll calmly go back to pushing the lanes out. They've got to be happy with that pickoff. They will smoke up with 3 on the side of SQG, looking for something. They want to move towards the Medusa in the top lane, but so there's a DD in the river as well. The Enchantress is going to hit pretty hard. Any target will do, right? They had to actually see that. No, they must have seen that ring be picked up. Yep, they ping it. It's disappeared. They know something's up. They're TPing the Doom in. Oh, they circle around on the Medusa. Can they actually kill her quick enough? No, she gets the Stone Gaze out, but Mad King's in a lot of trouble. Epicenter coming in, hitting up Noga. Nice steal by the Rubik. Now, Enchantress, what can she do? She's lost the support of Ogre Magi. She's here alone. 5 heroes. Too hot for TV. As Mad Kings gets dropped, Rubik does get out after stealing the Epicenter, but you do lose a comrade. Actually, you get to choose a farm up straight away. It's a party in the bot lane. And now, on the back of that, Team Doggie say, you know what looks nice on us? A big Aegis. Gonna wear it as a dangling necklace on a rise, probably. They'll get through this quickly with the help of the wards. Could maybe interrupt this, but Tiny is nowhere near. If they want to do it, they have to go right now. And it doesn't look like they get there in time anyway. They had no idea. Well, they must have known this was going on. The ward would have seen them walk in, at least one of them. But no, they respect it. They know there's nothing they can do about this. With the wards down as well, at this stage in the game, plus the Spiderlings for Arise, that's going to be way too much damage for them to deal with. So they do pick up the Aegis and stick it straight under Arise, who's coming out with a lot of pain right now. Does have the Mask of Madness as well as the Desolator now. Oh boy, can you feel the pain. Is heading for the BKB next, and that's really going to screw over our Devourer here, because of course, if you get BKB quickly, he can't really do anything against you. Most of his damage comes out from the fact he's hitting you with pure damage with the Arcane Orb. As soon as the BKB's online, you struggle. Which means there's a lot of pressure on Tiny to deliver, and he's only just picked up the Yasha. Hasn't even got the Sangate yet. Speaking of Tiny, thinking about going on the Doom here. Oh, needs to be careful though, because he knows Doom will have Doom available soon. Didn't actually hit anything there. Bit of a mistake from Ignitable. Arise, he takes the top lane. They'll probably push on for more. Enchantress is rotating in now to try and stop this, but stop the madness. Not sure you can. SQG, they're lingering around the bot lane with the OD and the Ogre. They want to push in. Need to be careful because Doom does have Doom available. Walk straight, nice force stuff away. Godness need to move quick here. They blink for the Sanking. There's the Ogre Magi speeding them up. They have to turn around and accept the Ogre kill. Drinks will save Godness here, but he'll lose his life for it. Every time they go looking for something, they find it on the side of Team Doggie right now. This is not looking like the consistent SQG we saw last game. They're struggling to actually get a grip in this one. And Team Doggie, you have to give props to them. They got decent gold out of the lanes, and now they are really piling on the pressure. They do have mid-game advantage here, despite picking the Medusa. Medusa just more active in the mid-game than she used to, really. But SQG at the same time, you think they'd have the advantage when they've got both the Tiny and the Outworld Devourer. Not to mention Enchantress, of course, but time and time again, just being found out and slammed down. Of course, Sand King, we did see him pick up that blink now. Almost has the Force Staff online. And that's when this elusive bugger becomes a real issue. Gonna have a lot of movement speed about him, especially with the handy little ice armor shield that he gets from Rotten there. Look at this, support Doom at its best, right? In fact, Doom already has the Spirit Vessel. And that's a good pick up this game. Mad Kings, the heal and wisps do a lot for the side of SQG. Nullifying that factor, they're going to feel the pain. And actually, speaking of SQG, they're trying to push in 2 lanes here. They'll get the top tower. Will they actually go defend the bot one, though? There's going to be wards available if they want it. And they've still got the Aegis on the side of Team Doggie. So maybe SQG's look to trade effectively with multiple lanes here. Enchantress is pushing on that mid. Doggie taking their time on the bot. They will finally get it, but they take the top on the side of SQG, and they've almost, well, not even close to having the mid. In fact, Enchantress farming up under tower instead, letting the catapult do all the work. They will have to get back and defend now. Tiny already in base. Enchantress due to return soon. Mad Kings can't stay out too long. It's going to push this a little bit, but they are going to push in on the side of Team Doggie. Tiny buying the best he can in terms of time. But there's the ward slammed down. Now that's a little bit hard to push into because, of course, this cleave doesn't affect the wards. Arise, zoning out. Tiny. Nibbles can't get too close. Godness is trying to get rid of those Spiderlings because they do a lot of extra. And Mad King says, delicious, nutritious wards for me. Thank you. Thing is, Team Doggie, they need to do something to move away. The longer they stay here not actually committing, the less their gold lead will be. I mean, it's already down to 1k. It's circling in. SQG getting a lot of gold out of that thanks to the arrival of the wards and the Spiderlings. But now they're pinging out. They actually want to move on to Team Doggie. They feel they've lost the momentum. The Avalanche doesn't hit the mark from Tiny. Misses out on any target. And that was the perfect opportunity they're looking for because Swift Ending already moving away there. They won't be able to find anything. Now OD, we'll be looking towards that Blink Dagger we're talking about next. It's halfway there as we speak. Tanking, I'd imagine going for the Yules. It gives him a decent amount of control, sets up into nice stuns easily enough. And of course can buy you enough time to blink away in bad situations. The Doom, I think, is a bit more obvious. Going for the Shadow Blade that we always see picked up. The differentiation was obviously going for that Spirit Vessel, but Shadow Blade just gives way too much to Doom. It gives the chase down, fast movement speed with the Scorched Earth. On top of that, just allows you to just get in there for a quick initiation with the Doom. I wonder if he'll go for a Blink Dagger after this for full mobility, or if he'll opt to go straight for the Shivas into the Refresher. In fact, I feel like Refresher's fallen off in popularity. A lot of people prefer to actually go for the Ags at the moment. But then, obviously, if you have enough time, you get Refresher afterwards. most Doom games we see are either decided by then, one way or the other. As most games at the moment do tend to finish up around the 40-50 minute mark. Maximum. Actually, that's another thing. I don't think I've seen a game this tournament so far go over the 1 hour mark. They've mostly been finishing around the 40 to 50 max. And oh, Sand King gets caught in the bot lane. Sanity's clips killing him so fast we didn't even see it coming. Right, it still has the Aegis, but it's about to be reclaimed. There it is. Well, he'll find himself a DD to replace that void in his heart as he misses out on his wonderful Aegis. But ping's coming out a lot from the side of SQG. They think that Brood is heading up here. Brood very much creeping. I feel like it's just been Spectre Gadget move music playing as he moves forward. Like sneaky assassin. Oh, he sneaks in straight away, finds the Ogre. Oh, there's the Astral Prison save, but Doom goes out and Tiny in a little bit of trouble. They're going to force stuff him to safety, but buying so much time, they're going to zone out with the wards, but Tiny should be able to survive this. Doom's not going to be enough to tick him out, nor is the Spirit Vessel on Godness. He turns around. Medusa out of mana right now, taking a lot of damage here. Blink forth by Godness. Nice Hex up. Now Tiny comes in with the Avalanche to cover Godness. Going to use Astral Prison to save him. And meanwhile, Mad King goes to work, melting out the supports. Rotten next on the hit list. He's going to die out as well. They lift up Broodmother. She's going to die off also. So they trade the Ogre Magi for 4 kills. And Team Doggie looking a bit shaky after that fight as SQG do slide in the lead on the gold as a result of that. Godness got pretty low. Oh no, Godness. He's going to dive to LeBron. LeBron gets some revenge. Pings out as he force stuffs away instantly. They won't be able to chase him down. They're looking for it, but Rubik, he does have the blink available. Can he find it? LeBron dodging out to the top left here. Doesn't have TP available, will have the blink to get away. And that'll end any potential turnaround. Nice kill by LeBron there, though. Bit of revenge on Godness for surviving that. Being a bit cocky farming that close. He had to know that Sand King was around. Maybe didn't anticipate the 4 staff being up. Thought that if the Sand King did go in, he'd actually have to trade his life. But gets away with it in the end. That Aegis, oh, looks like Roche won't be up for about another 2.5 minutes. So there's going to be some weight on that. But SQG, just happy for the fact they get a little bit of breathing space as they managed to wipe Team Doggie out. That's actually a big deal because, of course, Tiny now just sliding to the lead of net worth. And with the rate that he's going to farm at, Medusa and him are going to be about even. So you have to take one or the other out to actually slide forward. And OD plus the Enchantress as well, just going to farm quite effectively. Every time you kill Brood, it goes back to losing the spiders. You actually need to replenish that supply. And that slows down your farm by a reasonable amount. These spiders, of course, only 18 damage each. But when you've got about, I don't know, 10, 15 of these out, the damage missing is noticeable. And then you can already see he's just trying to replenish right now. Once he gets that online, he can go back to farming pretty fast. And of course, the other issues with the Doom, taking the Devour gold soon. You're going to actually see the side Team Doggie manage to stabilize this income. Speaking of Doom, actually, almost has the Shadow Blade. We're halfway towards it right now. And I think that's going to be a big deal, these fights. Especially with the Tiny not looking to opt for anything similar by going Shadow Blade. He did go for the blink this game. Has got the Sangane Yash and a BKB online now. Needs to make sure he gets that out before the Doom jumps him is the problem. Actually, smoke coming out from SQG. They want some blood. 4 of them involved in this. Godness leading the way. Does have the blink. We'll look to maybe move on to Brood here. They're pinging out at the top as Tiny does spot out the Sand King, but they want the Brood. Brood completely reluctant though. Already suspect that something's going on here. They'll move around. He might pop the smoke just in time. Oh, the Glimmer Cape. Furbean sneaks in just in time, but Mad Kings does get spotted. There's a lift though. They even Doom because they stole that. And that was unexpected for the side of Doggie. They didn't notice that the Doom had been stolen by the Rubik. Quick pick off for them. And now Doggie need to get out quick because SQG, they're on the look for more. Tiny pings out Rotten. He does see him. Rotten doesn't have any easy way of escaping this. Does have the Doom. Doesn't have to use it. Oh, no. Thought he's going to TP out there. Didn't. So the Avalanche misses the mark. And now he's going to go for TP out. Can he actually find time? The toss. Not quite there. No. Ignitables misses the mark. Close, but no cigar. They do manage to get the rest of their heroes out on the side of Team Doggie, but Tiny going to go respond to LeBron right away. Oh, there's a TP in by Rubik as well. Oh, we'll get the steal of the Burrow Strike, and there's a movement real deep in. 4 staff so deep. No! Furby missed the mark, but he finds the lift! LeBron going to be dead here. And so close to escaping. Furby made a big mistake anticipating he's going to TP instantly using the Burrow Strike to go nowhere. But walks around the corner just in time to notice him and lifts him. Stops him escaping altogether. 50 seconds on the sideline for LeBron. That is a very juicy kill for them. The Sand King halfway up the net worth chart. Not a bad kill to find at all. Especially when you missed out on the additionals in the bot lane. Actually, Roshan is up now. I don't know if the side of SQG are ready to go for it just yet. And they're smoked up. Godness is moving towards it. Going to find a haste rune. I wonder if he's going to go on the hunt for the Medusa now. Medusa being pretty defensive right now, but sticking with the Shadow Shaman and the Rise on that Brood, but they're going to circle around. Oh, Rubik sticks the ward up. They blink straight in. They find the Shaman. Stun him in place. Should be able to melt him really quickly. The Hex does go out of time, but there's a Sanity clip. Noir trying to buy some time so they can actually trigger off the Stone Gate. The Glimmer Cape will block out any judicial downs on the OD, but he does still get hit up by it nonetheless. And they find a double kill on the Rise. They wipe both the supports of SQG. Mistakes made there as the initiation was a bit out of sync onto that Shadow Shaman. They still get the kill, but 2-for-1 trade, not effective. Not desirable here. You gotta remember, they did actually commit the Sanity's Clips, which is the biggest deal, right? They threw out Sanity's Clips. They only get 1 kill for it, and they lose 2 supports. Ay caramba, that's not a good trade. And all you had to put on cooldown was Stone Gaze, which cost 90 seconds. Not too much to worry about. And this Medusa already has the Butterfly, moving towards the Skadi next, and then she becomes a serious problem. Swift Ending may prove to be a little bit of a nightmare for SCG at this rate. And it's perfect time in the way they're going. The Rise has maybe another 10 minutes before he starts to become a little bit counted out. Swift Ending should be online by then. And then, of course, you just supplement the less effect that Rise has in these fights to the added effect you can get out of Swift Ending. So SQG don't want let's go. Doom going out on the OD straight away in a little bit of trouble, especially with the Spirit Vessel as well. Going to try and run him away. Drink's trying to save the day. Stun up Doom, stopping him from chasing. Ignoble's in there deep with the BKB. Rise BKB'd up and lifestealing best he can. Fervin a little bit of trouble, going to melt off. And meanwhile, look at this Enchantress machine gun him through. She needs to walk away though. She can't hang by. An OD. Well, he actually stops the chase onto himself from a Rise. But they lose the Rubik, get the Shaman. Now they're actually going to lose the Ogre Magi as well. They didn't commit too much on the side of Team Doggie for that, really. I mean, they threw out the Doom, that was about it. They didn't manage to get the OD, but they did force him away completely, and they'll allow him to go straight back to this Roche. It's going to be an Aegis and Cheese pickup, and SQG nowhere to actually interrupt this. They will pick it up. They'll get the Aegis onto the Medusa. Cheese as well. Greedy Swift Ending here. Wants every little thing just dropping out of Roshan's booty. OD, how you looking? BKB online now. Is going to be going for the Lincolns next. Of course, worried. Basically, Doom was on point, right? He went straight for that Doom, no hesitation. Completely disabled SQG from just countering out that Roche altogether. He needs to get himself a Lincolns fast. Otherwise, this is going to happen every fight now. Tiny can only do so much. The side of Doggie getting pretty tanky now, which means that Ignitables can't easily find his kills. And Ignitable himself actually going for the MKB. Will do a lot of damage once he gets that online. Ping's coming out about this Enchantress. Rise maybe wants to move in, grab himself something. I think around the side. I don't know there's a ward around here, right? Just doesn't know where. Wait, and they want to get their hands on Mad Kings, but with Venatos and a Hurricane Pike, not going to be an easy kill to find any point here. So you're going to need to basically leave the Sand King into his shackles, otherwise you're never getting that kill. Actually, looks like the side of SQG going on the push. Doggie having the same idea in mind. Fanny will do a lot of damage to this tower, and then they need to move back and defend quickly. Because while Tiny does push on his own the quickest out of any of his heroes, with the whole team of Team Doggie at that tier 2, they have to go for the trade. I don't think they can push more. There's already 2 TPs backed by the supports of the side of Team Doggie. But no, Tiny hanging around. He wants to push this more. Oh, there's a stun in by LeBron. Buying a little bit of time. Forced stuff away by Godness. Now they're going to try and chase this Arise coming around the side. They see the webs. They're going to TP out instantly. Godness gets out, and so does Ignitables. And they're on the chase looking for the Deucer. Can they actually find it, though? They haven't got the blink available, so they won't be able to chase on the Swift Ending. He'll sneak out of this. No, he's stopping the farm. Glimmer caped up. Fervin going in. They're going to go for the lift. They're going to kill her off pretty quickly here. Deucer gets the Stone Gaze off just in time. But look at that. Perfectly banished. Problem is, the rest of the side of Team Doggie on their way in. Nice stun by LeBron onto 2. Rubik going to die off here. Does dust just in time to notice the Doom, who has Doom available, looking to get his hands on to Enchantress here. Won't be able to make the distance. So they force out the Stone Gaze, but they lose the Rubik and get nothing else in return. And on the back of that, Doggie say, you know what? That's a wonderful tier 2 mid. Do you mind if we take it? Looks like you're going to have to let them as well. SQG not really able to contest that. They need to fight on the high ground if anything. Oh, looks like Rotten won't quite find Godness on the side here, so he does sneak out just in time. Not going to fall for it that easily. Now, I feel like Doggie can keep going here. They've got the Aegis. They've got it for at least about another 2 minutes. Actually gonna head towards the bot lane. Swift Ending able to lead the charge. They're trying to get a bunch of in off him just so that he can't tank out the income. But oh no, Mad Kings, what is he doing? Goes so far forward. There's the Avalanche interrupting the Astral Prison to help out and judge as well, which is in a lot of trouble when she comes out. This 4-staff away. They're chasing on Toss away as well. Just trying to keep her alive. Does get the Wisp off, but there goes the wards down. Now they're on the defensive. Ignite going in. BK beat up as well. Chunks trying to do something, but being stopped with the Spirit Vessel. Going to kill off with LeBron. There's the Doom being thrown out. And actually it's a stolen Doom onto the Deucer. Looks like OD already got doomed up. Won't be affected too much by it. But Deucer herself still got the Aegis. Able to stand here and just tank anything. Just goes to the melee racks. Oh, Sandy Slips goes out. Doom able to live with a 1 usage and Godness goes to work on Swift Ending. Needs to be quick here. Taking too much damage. Needs to move away. As the Rise Blind does actually affect him quite badly. And they will get the kill on the OD. Be able to take the melee and the range racks here. And I'm not sure they're done. They're going to force stuff towards the mid. And they look towards that next as well. Swift Ending not done with this base. Still has the Aegis and the cheese. We're already up for use of the cheese, and look at the damage he does right now. 250 odd. Nibel's going to toss him pretty deep. Nice stun through the Burrow Stroke that was stolen by Ruben. They'll get 1 kill at least. They need to lift him further back. Make sure he's real deep. Does use the cheese. Will use the Stone Gaze as well. Nibel's going to toss him on the spot to buy a little bit of time. But while that's happening, the Doom and the Brood just continue to take your mid lane. You need to stop this right now before it gets a little bit too much. Nibel's blinks in, looking for the Swift Ending. They do stun him up against, running out of mana real quick. Aegis is going to be popped by the looks of it. There's the BKB by Arise. No, nice save for the Astral Prison by Godness, but now he's in a lot of trouble as Arise is just melting through him so fast. They finally pop the Aegis rather, but Doom does die in the process. Arise is going to die as well as they get the Rubik return kill. But Deucer held in place under the tier 4 is not a good idea. Does at least get the kill on the drinks, but now Swift Ending needs to move fast. He doesn't have the gaze, won't be able to move away in time. Will get clubbed down. BKB is tiny to make sure no one's going to stop him. And looks like OD might actually die for it. Astral Prison just in time to stop Noir from killing him. Looks like it's going to be a team wipe despite the Ghost Scepter buying Shadow Shaman a little bit of time. So team wipe in the end, but they lose the bot lane and they lose one of the racks in the mid. That's a big shift of gold nonetheless. You see the team fight does actually resolve with SQG actually grabbing a bunch of cash back from the side of Team Doggie, but they've lost a lot of base right now. One big mistake and a big fight could see them lose this match, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not much left of their base. Medusa, we saw how hard she hits onto the racks already. And of course, don't get me started on how fast the Broodmother can run down your lane with a few spiders backing her up. The bigger issue here is Doom almost has a Shiva's Guard, which is going to tank him up considerably against right click, and of course just allow him to just chase down easier. And actually, speaking of chase down, oh, Sand King, he has the F% stuns into Godness, taking a lot of damage. Doom thrown out as well. They're not going to let him escape. Hoof stomp in place. No one able to help. That's going to be Godness dead for quite a while. 88 seconds on the sideline, and no buyback available as he already committed the last fight. And that is a big, juicy kill for them. And off the back of that, I think they might look towards getting rid of the mid racks next. If they can find the Enchantress, that's pretty much free entry. Tiny just doesn't have enough damage on him to shut out the side of Doggie right now, and Medusa back up in 20 seconds means they're really rocked really soon. Oh, Rise, BK beat up, goes straight to Fervent, there's the use of the Glimmercape. Rise needs to move away real quick here, gonna make his way out, BK beat up on the Tiny, he wants to find this kill, will he be able to? Rise is gonna die, and now Sand King panicking a little bit, Fervent does give him the control, Doom dying pretty quick to Enchantress, and there's the Shackles on the Tiny, LeBron just trying to hang around, but really can't take so much damage, does do the disarm on Enchantress, but looks like the Tiny now needs to walk away as Medusa does show up, they will find LeBron on the side. Oh, he tried to dodge out, but not quite with the Sandstorm. And now Tiny dying in return as Medusa runs him down. It's a 2-for-3 trade. And now Shackles on the Enchantress. Shaman in a lot of trouble here, though. He's going to die. Buyback by the Tiny. Swift Ending here alone. Does have the Stone Gaze. Will have to use it. Does not have TP available, though. Mad King's glimmered up. Will he go back in? They might well look for it. They haven't got really any mana on drinks with a 4-staff in. There's the use of the Avalanche missing completely from the Tiny. Needs to be careful here. Mad King's dying off so damn quick. Really low. They're going to use the multi-toss just to control him. The ridiculousness of this is not lost on me. Swift Ending. He almost gets the kill. Look at this Enchantress. She wants to get close, but she can't. Just trying to slow up so Tiny can get the kill. The wards run out. Swift Ending hasn't got any backup. Look, one convenient tree there for the Tiny to take, and looks like the Glimmercape going to stop any pursuant damage from Swift Ending. He's going to get Avalanche in place, tossed in place. The longest kill you're going to see this game, but they finally get it, and that's a team wipe for SQG on the buyback of that Tiny. And my God, did that last quite a while. I mean, you could see how much they were struggling on the side of SQG, right? The big issue is that Medusa does so much damage at this point, and Slit Arrow, perfect counter to the Enchantress in a team fight here, because you don't have to directly target her. You know she's quite squishy, and we saw it, right? If Mad Kings could have just got involved there, you would have seen Medusa die so quickly, but he was one click from death. He had to keep kiting around the side, just trying to help out the Enchantress best he can with the occasional impetus. But big fight from SQG. They are keeping Team Doggie's gold lead under control to a reasonable degree. Only a 4k net worth lead at this point, despite taking 2 lanes for the side of Team Doggie. But it's still hard for the side of SQG to push out. They're getting less gold in the lanes, and the lanes are always pushing against them. The only one that's not is the top lane, which they've actually got pushed in right now. But 4 heroes up for the side of Team Doggie, so this won't be the opportunity for SQG to push in. Roche is up soon, but by the time it is up, Medusa's going to be at the ready to fight again. Is really going to hinder your ability to just go in there and clear it. Smoked up by SQG. They're aware of this by the looks of it, and they actually want to find another kill to allow them to get their hands on that Aegis and Refresher Shard as well as Cheese. Refresher will be absolutely huge here, especially for the Outward Devourer. Or perhaps even the Rubik. If he steals a decent spell, you give it to him. If he gets his hands on Doom, my god, the damage he could do. Oh, blink for by Rise. They're not quite... They're actually dodging out. Oh, Drinks. He reveals on Noir there. Needs to be careful though. They're moving away. They're not engaged and they're actually looking to move away from this. They ping out on Tiny in the top lane, but they don't realize how many heroes are still here on the side of SQG. Irvin still smoked up. Oh, the Revelation. Nice blink away from LeBron just in time. He would have most definitely died there if he hadn't got away, because of course they are next to the shrine. But smoke up by the side of Doggie. They want to move in and cut off. They're going the right way about it. SQG, they might not be able to make it back to their base in time. In fact, they might have to leave Ogre behind. He has got the Glimmer Cape. May want to actually use it here. There's a blink in. They stun him in place. Drink's going to die so quickly here. Buys a little bit of time with the Glimmer Cape, but not enough. In fact, they're trying to spot the Shivas. They see him at the end as he runs under their sentry. And that'll be an easy kill into Drinks. 70 seconds on the sideline for him. Nicely done by the side of Doggie. They did waste a lot of time going for that, but they're going to make it worthwhile because now the Aegis is available again. Roshan not going to last very long. Nice long range stun from Noir there. The benefits of Aetherlens, right? But there's a buyback on Ogre. They know they need to do something right now. They're pinging it out. Doggie need to be quicker than this. SQG about to get in place. There's the epicenter just to buy a little bit of time. Cuts into Godness here. Doesn't actually use his BKB and gets doomed up. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Glimmer Cape's going to save him the time being. They have to stop doing the Roche right now. Ignible's going straight into the center of the fight with BKB. Not doing enough damage just yet. They're going to move the OD away quick enough, and they're going to lose the Ogre Magi in the process. That's a die back on the Ogre. Now, Tiny in a lot of trouble. Shackled in place. Dying so damn quickly. Spirit Vessel stopping him from really staying alive. Buyback by the Broodmother. They say this is a time. We've got 2 kills. The Tiny has no buyback. He already committed it. The Ogre Magi has no buyback. He died back. This is their opportunity to get a Refresher Shard of Cheese and an Aegis and push straight down mid. Doggie want to finish this up right now. Take this to a best of 3. And it's looking pretty damn good for them right now. They'll get the Refresher Shard on the Shadow Shaman. This is going to be painful. The double wards is going to hurt so much. They might even go for Throne here. In fact, no, they're looking to take it a little bit more defensively. Swift Ending heading up to the top lane to push that in. But Rise just wants to keep pressure on the mid for now. And I mean, this game is close. You gotta give it to SQG. They look on the back foot because actually Team Doggie handled himself left on. Oh no, Team Doggie. Nice sanity clip. Arise almost killed off. He doesn't have an Aegis. He's gonna melt away straight away. Swift Ending is the one with the Aegis here. LeBron missing the stun of the Godness. He's gonna move back. It's a good kill. Astra in prison to save himself from the chasing Swift Ending. And now Mad King's trying to do some damage to LeBron. Needs to be careful here though because Medusa can hurt a lot. They do lose the Rubik on the back foot as well. So that's 3 now dead for SQG. They do get the Broodmother, but nope. Stunned up in place. Mad King's in a little bit of trouble here. We'll move away with the 4 stuff in time, but the Spirit Vessel's going to keep him running back to base, and now the wards being plopped down by the Shadow Shaman. He does have a Refresher Shard, but not enough mana to actually use it. Mistake made there, as they didn't quite count the amount of mana they had. They still will be able to get this lane pretty easily. There's no interruption really available. Sandy's Clips is on cooldown. LeBron creates some space. Oh, gonna get dusted up. There's the shoot through with the impetus. 4-star fort. They'll find that kill, but no. Odie gets a little bit too aggressive, taking a lot of damage. Stunned in place here. Looks like Godness is gonna die off for this, and the Medusa creates so much space. Mad King gets stuck looking at Swift Ending. And that's 4 dead. GG called by SQG. Looks like we'll be going to a best of 3 in the end. Game 3 will be along shortly, but for now, Doggie are going to bathe in the victory they just claimed there. And SQG, I mean, we're just saying, right, the gold lead was never there one way or the other necessarily, right? When you looked at it, it was never more than just at this point right now. Team Doggie had the biggest gold lead at the end with 11k despite taking the entire base. SQG did a decent job of keeping gold pace. The issue here was that Team Doggie's lineup just used the items much more effectively than SQG could. They tanked up reasonably quickly, which meant that Tiny just couldn't annihilate them. And as a result, if you didn't have that Tiny just peeking in the mid game, getting lots of kills, you were going to suffer like this every time because they need a front runner for the OD to follow up on. But the quick BKB pickups inside Team Doggie just allowed them to completely nullify and ignore the fact that Godness existed and just focus on Mad Kings and Ignitables. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the second game decided, and Team Doggie to take a victory. We will be going to the third game in the next few minutes, but stay tuned. This could go either way. Both teams taking convincing victories each time around. And I'll see you again in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay. Welcome back to the Prodota Cup Series Europe playoffs for the lower bracket. The chance to go ahead and face off against Gambit in the grand finals. This is a best of three. One apiece between Team Doggie and Swiss Quality Gaming as it stands. After Team Doggie brought themselves back into it quite convincingly after what can be argued as a bit of a stomp in the first game as Swiss Quality took game one. Team Doggie turned around for game two. Now, getting in the picks and the bans, we see the Clockwork banned out by Team Doggie again, as well as the Knicks being banned out by Swiss Quality Gaming a little bit different this time. But now looking at the picks straight away, Team Doggie saying, you know what? We can use this tiny a little bit more effectively. Swiss Quality Gaming not able to quite get the value out of it last game, despite it shutting down the Brood effectively in lane. Just not really fully able to utilize the hero in general. But looks like they're going to actually get the Ancient Apparition as well inside Team Doggie, so maybe opting for something along the lines of the Earth Spirit just to set that up nicely. But Swiss Quality already locking in the Doom again. Oh, sorry, no, this time actually trying to get revenge with it onto Team Doggie. I like how they switched around here, right? Doggie getting the Tiny this time, Doom pulling out by the Swiss Quality. And actually, they're going to lock in the Shaman as well. So just switching heroes around. Is Team Doggie going to opt for, like, I don't know, maybe an OD this game? Doubtful. I don't think it just syncs too well with their plans here with the Ancient Apparition already out in the field. They maybe want to go for something a bit more actively dominant in that mid lane. And obviously the Clockwork already been banned out may make them turn away from the Shadow Fiend. Especially with Doom already showing the Shadow Shaman. There's a lot of control there to worry about as a Shadow Fiend. I can't imagine they're going that way. And I don't think they want to really go towards a park just because in the early levels with the Shadow Shaman and Doom, there's going to be so much control before you can get your hands on the Lincolns. That's going to be concerning. Otherwise, it would be a pretty good hero here. I mean, you've got the Dream Call that was set up into Tiny jumping on people along with the Ancient Apparition, but there's just too much countering you already. You're going to see the ban outs of the puck by Swiss Quality anyway, suspecting it might come through. And actually, SQG, they get rid of the Brood as well. Not willing to deal with that. Was quite the pesky individual for them last game. They say no to a repeat of that. Actually, in the bans wise, Team Doggie, I'm actually wondering what was the biggest issue for them last game. The Tiny didn't become too much of a problem. They are going to ban out the Shadow Fiend anyway. Not going to fall for that. Swiss Quality might not have access to the Clockwork. They could still opt for it. And sanking the pick for Swiss Quality Gaming here. I mean, it did pretty well for them last time, right? So not really surprised. Rather, it did pretty well against. No, it was for them, wasn't it? Because Rubik was stealing all the time. And they haven't actually banned out the Rubik, interestingly enough. There's a lot of good spells on the field for Doggie again, if they want to pick up the Rubik. I wonder if they will here. I mean, you've got a decent setup, right? You've got the lift into the Cold Feet plus Avalanche. You can kill people pretty easily with that. But maybe looking at this from a different angle, potentially. I just love how adorable Tiny always looks. He looks so happy, right? Like, you couldn't imagine this guy being so damn scary and brutally dangerous, but all of a sudden you're dead, and he's just smiling constantly, which then makes him look a bit, well, sadistic. I'm wondering, Team Doggie, they need to get themselves another support. They need to get themselves a mid and an offlaner here. They could opt for something along the lines of a mag this game. Tiny's damage just going through the roof if you actually bothered to do that. Not really popular in the mid lanes. We already acknowledged the previous game, but probably Ariza's most notorious hero. If you get the feeling Ariza is just at that point where he goes, look, I'm not going to play Magnus. Like, why not? You're so great at it. It's all you guys go on about. It's all you want me to play. It's like, fine, don't play it. I actually still remember the days, it was about a year or two ago, where when Ariza was turned up in a few tournaments, all that ever happened was the immediate ban of Magnus, because they knew it was his pinpoint hero, his most dangerous one. But I think just Magnus in the mid has fallen off in favor of it altogether. It's more of an offlane hero now these days to begin with. I wonder if Doggie might go for the Darks here. It's going to give him a decent setup into the Ice Blast with the Vacuum and the wall being slammed down plus the Avalanche. It does complement pretty well. And also, the Surge will allow you to make people escape. They actually opt for the Queen of Pain, though. I haven't seen this so far. The Queen of Pain coming out. Decent bully midder here. I wonder how Swiss Quality can actually respond with this. Actually, they'll go ahead and pick the Viper. I like this from Swiss Quality. Pretty strong pick against the Queen of Pain. I think they're likely to put this mid. It's most favored in the mid lane. The magic resistance reduction can really hurt Queen of Pain, and just essentially you're able to tank up anyway thanks to Corrosive Skin, so you should be able to trade reasonably effectively against the co-op. Team Doggie still need to lock in another support and their safe lane. I imagine they're going to get the support next. Maybe look towards something a bit reliable like the Vengeful Spirit or the Lion, giving a lot of lockdown. Let's see where they're going to go. They're actually going to go for the Brewmaster, so locking in their offlaner first. Bit worried that the side of Swiss Quality Gaming might actually lock that out, as they do have one final ban. And now they know where to focus it though. They need to actually focus it on the support, but what really syncs well with Ancient Apparition? I mean, I wonder if the side of Doggie might opt for something like Earthshaker, one of the classic but effective combos. Alternatively, I mean, there's a decent amount in there. You could actually look to something like an Elder Titan in this game. There's a lot of slows available. Elder Titan could set up pretty nicely. But no, it looks like the final ban out is of Luna by the side of Swiss Quality Gaming. And you're actually going to see the ban out of Weaver by Doggie, not really wanting to have to deal with that. That caused them so much havoc in the first game. So SQG won't get their hands on that. The interesting part is the part is that they think this isn't actually going to be a tiny core. They think it's actually going to be a support by the looks of it, because they have actually banned out the Luna as the final ban. Interesting choice there. Maybe just not sure what to do, so they just throw out a random ban possibly. Team Doggie, no hesitation. They lock in the lifesteal of this game. The lifesteal coming on the line, a little bit different. Haven't seen it in a while. The Queen of Pain lifestealer combo is quite a powerful one, of course. And they'll probably get a blink on the Tiny also. Faceless Void, the final selection by Swiss Quality Gaming. And my god, they got some brutal combos here. I mean, I think the thing that maybe people aren't giving too much consideration to that you do have on the side of Swiss Quality Gaming is you've got the Chronosphere, then you've got an Epicenter jumping in with the Sand King, and then of course the Viper's just going to put down his AoE, which is going to reduce your magic resistance considerably, and you melt through this, especially with Shadow Shaman zapping you up with Eve Shock also. So Swiss Quality Gaming got a very big team fight plump, shall we say. The thing about Team Doggie is they're a bit more sustained and prolonged in these fights, and they've got a lot more gank potential. To an extent, Swiss Quality too bad off because they do have a lot of tanky individuals that will make it hard for the side of Doggie to find kills, but it looks like it's actually going to be a support Tiny after we did see that lifesteal locked in. And no surprise there. I don't think I've seen a lifesteal support since Kuroki ran it about a year ago, before they nerfed it. LeBron though, Tiny support with the Ancient Apparition. They've got a decent amount of setup. And actually the other thing is LeBron can farm pretty quickly in the jungles between things. So we will see the off-lane Brewmaster manned by Hester Joe. You're going to see Swift ending on that lifestealer. Arise taking up the mid lane on the Queen of Pain. Position 5, Ancient Apparition with Noir and LeBron Doe are going to be on the Tiny here. Roman on the prowl looking for kills. Meanwhile, Thurvin's going to be taking off that Sand King as a position 4. You're going to see Mad Kings in the off-lane on the Doom. Continue before I got interrupted by moving into new screens. Drink's going to be on that position 5 Shaman. Godness going to be farming up in the safe lane on the Faceless Void. And finally Viper, Inaba's going to take that to the mid lane and see if he can just wipe out this Queen of Pain. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin this match. This is the final game in the best of 3. SQG taking game 1. And Doggie's even up in game 2. Let's see what can happen in the third one. All to play for both teams, as this is a lower bracket final. Whoever wins this will go up against Gambit tomorrow. Let's see who can actually do it. I feel like when I'm looking at these lineups, I do like what's coming out from SQG early on a lot more. There is a lot of potential for Doggie, but it's going to be a bit tough to find it with Tiny. Of course, he has got the boots to start with. He wants to get in for the Avalanche toss combos, and they just want to be able to get the cold feet off. But I mean, the thing is, Tiny does sync up recently with Brewmaster. You're going to have the slows available, not to mention the fact that Tiny does do a lot of right-click damage to begin with. Not the worst hero to send in harassing. And against the Shaman, well, even with the backup of Faceless Void, you can't stand there squaring off. In fact, Tiny hits harder than the Shaman, remember. But it doesn't look like either team planning to invade the other as we begin here. So it's just going to be a passive little take of runes. No one actually pushing the other too hard. I think this is yet Doom already opting to think about going for the drums here. Pretty typical pickup by himself. Brew won't even attempt the steal there. He knows it will hurt too much. The damage that could be returned to him, not worth it for the bounty. So I think the interesting lane is definitely going to be the mid. Arise on this co-op could do a lot of damage. The thing is, up against the Queen of Pain, that damage is more limited because, of course, you don't have to really worry about the magic she's going to burst out. And of course, Viper can actually trade pretty effectively against the Queen of Pain. In fact, 55 versus the 59 damage and about the same attack speed. Oh, Sand King coming in though. Arise already level Blink. Does have it available. There's a stun in. LeBron on his way. Actually, uphill miss there on the poison attack will end any potential serious harassment coming out. And LeBron just peeks in lane to remind them that he's here. Oh, Mad King does manage to steal the creep wave. Has to use the Scorched Earth to do so though. The amount of harassment coming out from Noir. And Rotten just trying to hang in this 3 line. Didn't get a chance to cut the creeps because of course they were waiting with the Shaman and the Void. Didn't want to risk it. Not even for a chocolate biscuit. And he's gone for the Drunken Haze level 1. He knows he can't get too aggressive. He's just got to try and stop Godness farming on occasions. Problem is he's throwing it out constantly instead of when the last hits are coming, which means you're not really going to stop him at all. Oh, there's the Shackles. Brute going to take a lot of damage here. Won't die, of course, but oh, might if you keep getting bashes like that. The miss chance now. Godness says, no, screw you. I'm going to go farm. Drinks, though. Has the Shackles again. Didn't opt for it. Interesting, though. I think they might have been able to get the kill there if they chased over. Oh, an H Apparition jumped onto in the bot lane. They actually get him, but can they finish him? He actually sticks the Chilling Touch on a Swift Ending. Nice body blocks coming out there. Will return a lot of damage to Fervian here. And Fervian won't be able to get his hands on the kill, but the open wounds on him. Going to force the use of the Burrow Strike away. We'll be able to escape on the back of that. Takes a lot of damage in the process. And meanwhile, no, it's actually the Shaman in the top lane that dies. LeBron rotates in and finds the kill. And just as things were getting a little bit too quiet, a little bit too casual, LeBron spices it up with a quick kill into Shaman. Drinks won't be happy about that at all. Surprising that occurred in the top lane. You really think that wouldn't... Yeah, you can rotate in the Tiny Shore, but we're saying there's a decent amount of damage between him and the Brew, but at the same time, Void able to bash out. There's a risky chance there, but Drinks in the end does actually notice that there was a ward, does manage to de-ward that after paying with his life. Fanny on his way back again. They don't have vision of this. Tiny's got a big fat tree as well. Oh, run. There's the slow. There's the clubs coming in. LeBron going to toss him in the air. No use of the shackle for long. And now Ron just needs a missed chance. It's going to pray RNGs. It's the final tree thrown through by LeBron. Can he get the toss through? Yes, he can. Throws a creep in. Not quite enough damage, though. The Tango just about saving Shadow Shaman's life. No one died in his top lane, but very close on both ends of the fight. Rotten getting the missed chance out just in time to protect himself from the Void. And, of course, that Tango usage by Drink saving his life there. Well, Shadow Shaman will begin the shameless walk back to lane, but no. He gets the kill onto the Brewmaster. He hangs around a little bit too much and pays the price there. He shouldn't be able to die like that, but mistakes made. And he'll TP straight back, but know that that was something that shouldn't have occurred. And Void, they have to continue to deal with this harassment and this blind coming up from Brew. But it won't slow him down too much. He's already got 14 last hits. He's been involved in a kill. He has, of course, not died himself at all, so all in all, not doing too bad. The Doom, meanwhile, 7 last hits. Not bad considering he's up against the Lifestealer here. Lifestealer's going to put a lot of pressure on him, of course. This hero really does screw over melees. That's kind of the nice thing about the Doom. Because he has access to the Scorched Earth, he can usually move away quite quickly, even when open wounded. And the fact that he's healing up so quickly should stop Lifestealer from killing. Lifestealer not really a threat to individuals unless he's got his hands on phase boots. Because, of course, naturally his damage goes down the lower your health gets anyway. Ron. Where's phase boots? It's a pretty quick phase, actually. I'm not gonna lie. He farmed up the jungle a bit by the looks of it. No, ping's coming in. He actually wants that. They jump in, avalanche, toss back. Viper a little bit deep here. There's a chilling touch as well. They use the cold feet to slow him down somewhat. Nice stun onto 2 by the Sand King. The shackles turned around. LeBron's gonna die off here. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. But all things considering, the Viper obviously the better kill to find. But turning around for a quick kill from SQG, they won't be too upset about that. A recap, about even on the gold. XP slightly favoring the side of Doggie here. But nonetheless, I don't think Doggie are happy that that kill occurred. They probably feel it shouldn't have, but that double stun by LeBron, fantastic. Sorry, Fervian, fantastically done. Just to kill off LeBron in the end. And Fervian is on his way back right now. Rice does, of course, have the blink available, so it's going to be a bit of a hard one to get your hands on. I feel like you need the Shaman here if you want to, but Shaman's already gone back to the top. Looks like you're going to try and get some harassment damage onto the Queen of Pain here. Down to half HP. One more hit and they should be confident to go. The ping's coming out as we speak. Meanwhile, Tiny gets found by the Void. Hasn't got a way out of this right now. Needs someone to toss someone to. But there's the Shackles. Nice timing on the Avalanche to interrupt. But there's the Ether Shot coming through. The movement forward. The bash. Tiny. Can he get out of this? The missed chance. Nice turnaround by Brew. He's going to maybe try and kill Drinks here. The tree thrown through. Drinks, he's going to die as the crit finishes him off. What a save from Rotten there. Keeping LeBron alive. And, well, I'm not going to lie. Whoever thinks that Drunken Haze is no longer useful is crazy. Yes, the cooldown nerf was painful, but Rotten proving why you can still do a lot with it there as they turn around and get themselves a kill. And now, Shaman coming around. They're trying to get the bashes. Rotten escaping the tree line, but no, spotted out again. Now he's got an issue because he's going to get shackled up in place in a second. And actually, there it is, finally after the body blocks. Can they get a bash? One should do it. There it is. Rotten dies off. No escape for him. And this whole while, Fervin's still be hanging in that mid lane. He wants Arise so badly. Arise needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. This is the perfect moment for Fervin to go in, but Arise isn't going to come forward. He's got a salve. And that'll be easy life for him. DD is bot. And Doom being chased onto. Oh, toss through. They're going to get the slow. Doom does have the Scorched Earth. Will be forced to use it. Should be able to move away. Or can he? No. Tiny here with the Avalanche. There's the cold heart of Ancient Apparition just warming up your death spree as they turn around and get that kill with the cold feet into the chill and touch combo. And Doom, that's his first death actually. I thought he'd dropped at least once here before, but he's come close a few times, but thus far, managing to stay alive against Swift Ending. We're saying already, the Scorched Earth usually allows him to move away. But nice rotation in by the Ancient Apparition on the back, but to make sure that kill definitely happens. Pings again. Ignitables does actually have the Viper Strike now, but look how far back Arise is hanging. He pings it out. They already know there's something around here. Fervin has a DD, but you're going to get about one hit maximum. Fervin just has to walk away. They know he's there. He has spent quite a while just waiting for that kill. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But Brew, on the other hand, has the split. It's coming in right now. I see him. He reveals himself to the tower. He's going to move away before it's too late. Had to be careful because, of course, Drinks was circling around the high ground. They couldn't actually hang around there any longer. But LeBron, sitting here, put a sentry down so he knows they've got vision. The obs ruled. Tiny, he's just trying to make it look like he doesn't know what's going on. Oh, there's the jump down by Sangi. He's actually coming too Tiny here. The toss back by LeBron onto Arise. Looks like Fervin might be in a bit of trouble. There's a Sonic Wave through. Tiny trying to move away from this Avalanche to buy himself a bit of time, but killing spree for godness. And Ron, he tries to run in quick enough to do a brew split, but nowhere nearby. And there we go. The sentry goes down from both teams. Someone's going to actually want to get rid of these quickly. Godness actually gets his hands on the Observer. It's just a matter of wiping out the sentry. But actually, when you look at this, there's a lot of vision for Doggie in this mid lane with the sentries. They were eagerly trying to get rid of the wards. They eventually found it, but I mean, SQG with a quick response to take it down as well. And my god, that ward. I don't think I've seen that one before. That is actually somewhat fabulous. Look at you. Now do it with a fourth ball. You gotta do 4. I don't know, maybe it's just like sit on your ass. That might work. Get all 4 balls up in the air. Yeah, that's enough of us staring at his balls. Let's move on to more, because it looks like the side of Doggie have smoked up on the move here. They want to get killed on the Viper. They want to trade for something. Well, actually, no trade. They actually want to kill. There's the Brew jumping in. Nice slow. Narva's going to die so quick. They do commit the Brew split, but there's the Void coming in. Needs to be careful. Going to be controlled up. Does have the Chrono, but they're not stacking for it. In fact, Brew's just going to annoy the crap out of him for the time being. Does stun in place, doing a decent amount of damage, but won't be able to do much else. Needs to move away before it's too late. So nice rotation by the Brew, and of course they did force the Void towards the mid lane. Tanking in the meantime is going to farm up top. He has got his hands on his Tranks, caught away. Oh no, Chrono! Queen of Pain gets doomed up as well. Can they actually deny it though? They might look for it. Nope. The Hadouken Ball thrown out by the Doom, and well, Tiny a little bit too late to the party. He might go for the toss back though, maybe onto Drink, taking a lot of damage. They crit him, they kill him. Ron picks up a quick kill, so it's a turnaround kill, not the best, but now bashes up to LeBron. Can they chase through? There's the movement forward by Godness. The Hadouken Ball again. Mad King's just getting multiple kills with those mad Hadoukens. In fact, actually, it ended up being Ignitable that got the last touch on that. And SQG, early aggression come out large, reminding their opponents that laning phase can end whenever they choose as they rotate so many heroes towards this mid. It's making sure that Arise is shut down. They know that that's the core component of damage that the side of Doggie are going to have in this mid game, so they want to keep Arise shut out as much as possible. And look at the net worths right now. Well, Queen of Pain, she's in 4th position, not doing too bad. It's about even with the Viper though. Mad Kings pinged out. Can't do much though. They need stun here. They actually need the Tiny, but Tiny's top. Just on a ward and run. And Phase Boot was an interesting pickup this game. It does allow him to close the distance. It's like I always say, right, if you don't think you're going to get a blink quickly, then Phase Boots is the next best thing. Just because it's essentially like a mini blink, right? Allows you to move quite quickly, and will make Godness move even quicker as he time walks away here. LeBron looking for something, but they already know what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of heroes that do benefit from phase, because the distance closer is usually a deal sealer. He moves 350 naturally up to 434 with the phase, and oh no, Doom running down H apparition here. Can he actually escape? The Hadouken ball comes in. Mad King's going pretty deep. Ron has arrived, and looks like Mad Kings will be able to TP out as a result of this. But he does force a big rotation there, as two heroes have to come down from the side of Doggie and find nothing in return. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, there's a Sonic Wave used into the toss. They're going to kill off Viper so quickly here. They say nice magic damage, but we've got some pure plus. Additional right click coming out from LeBron there. Basically adding about 200 damage at least with the club into a quick toss of the tree. And we were saying before, you know, you can't make this work because of that. Like, Tiny gets considerable damage. Even if he hasn't really got many items, the guy's stat gain is pretty nice. He gets 3.3 per level and has really high right click damage in the beginning. Not to mention the extra damage you're going to get from using Grow. Or rather leveling up Grow. Ah, yes, Grow. The glorious skill that everyone wanted to get their hands on in Ability Draft. Why are we talking about that sucky game mode? Drinks, not quite hit by that. We'll know there's a ward as a result of that. Because hold on a second. Why the hell are you coming here? And why is there an Ice Blast? I'll spot that out instantly. Thank you very much. Things have gone a little bit quiet. No one really able to make a move right now. Looks like Doom is heading for the drums. As we anticipate, not changing on that at all. Doesn't want to go for a Spirit Vessel first. I can't blame him. The drums are definitely better value here. Ron also headed for the drums, by the way. Doesn't now have enough gold for it. Ron was a hasted Vervian on the look for something right now. Tried to actually spot out the core. Won't be able to do so in the end. That'll be the earn complete for Tiny. Now he needs to get active with rotations. Basically, he just needs to get enough gold to propel himself forward towards a Blink Dagger. Might just opt to stay in lane and farm up against his Sand King, which does go favorably for him to an extent. The problem is Sand King is going to have access to the epicenter, and you never know who's going to show up on the side of SQG, as they have a lot of mobility between the Doom and the Faceless Void. Nice last off the mark again. Irvin, ballsy, not afraid to push in at all. And I wonder if Quap is... Yep, she's going Lincolns. Not even gonna try and entertain the thought of an Orchid. You really can't this game. You know Doom's like to go for a Shadow Blade quickly after picking up the drums, which he's about to do anyway. But you can't risk that at all. That side of SQG moving down towards the bot lane here though. Smoke will be popped as Noir is standing right here. They do have a Chrono. Noir and LeBron actually going to move forward straight on the Doom, but there's the jump back. Nice instant apparition. Gets caught in the Chrono, and there's the Doom. Dying up so quickly to the lifesteal. They won't get a chance to really do much lifesteal despite having the Doom up on them. Now the turnaround. Shaman going to die next. Can they get ignitable? Bruce Split is up. They're going to chuck the rock long range. Kobe. In goes Swift Ending as well. They're going to find 4 kills in total here. Ignitables just can't escape this. And all for an ancient apparition. Triple kill on a rise. They'll be happy with that. They've been struggling to find the gold, but suddenly Chimichanga and Cha-Ching, as they do get themselves a decent amount of cash there. Actually, Swift will go to stop the push top. A perfectly deniable tower, you say? That's not often that happens. But nicely done. I mean, honestly, that brew was a huge deal there. It came in, he interrupted the initiation. The Void only caught one with the Chrono. They commit the wards as well, just to get the ancient apparition kill inside that Chrono, but... Position 5 for 4 your heroes? Well, I think they'll take that exchange any day of the week. And actually, now the big deal is... What's Tiny doing on the farm? It's actually going towards the Spirit Vessel then, as we thought. It's going to need it to sustain between fights, of course. Someone has to pick it up, and he's probably the most optimal choice after picking up that urn. Lifesteal, meanwhile, is looking towards the Radiance, actually. Very close to it. So a bit of a different build. It's not bad here, of course. The missed chance is going to hurt SQG a lot, as Viper, Void, and Doom will want to hit their target. And if you think about that on top of the fact they've got the Brewmaster with the Drunken Haze, it's going to be very hard for these right clicks to actually, well, right click. And oh, nice avalanche interruption again. LeBron, he finds the kill with the help of a Rise. Ice Blast not really needed. And this is the pain that Shaman actually faces. You have to give it to LeBron. He's been on point with these avalanches, because every time the Shackles comes out, there's instantly the avalanche just to melt through the Shaman and stop him from shackling you down. Looks like Swift Ending might want to push for the top here. Has got the Radiance recipe being flown out now, so that's a 15-minute Radiance. Not bad at all. Can the side of SQG find anything to push in return? The problem is Tiny's going to help this push so quickly. Swift Ending's already hitting for almost 200, and Tiny's just going to add a decent amount of damage to that. Over 150 on himself, plus the extra damage he's going to get from hitting towers anyway. Doom just trying to keep some pressure on the bot lane in return as he does cut the creeps. The creeps will do a decent amount of damage to that tower, but in the end, should be able to melt this top quicker, I'd say. He's coming out though. Looks like the Brewmaster ready to rock in that mid lane. Has got the split at the ready. Wants to move forward here. Oh, there's the movement in. Avalanche on the back foot. Tiny a little bit of trouble. There's the Brew split coming through. Epicenter. Strand to LeBron. He's going to dive. He's going to chuck his tree just before he does. And now the control on the void. They need to be careful. He does have the chrono. He's going to move forward maybe. Thinking about it. He just wants to wait for the Brew split to end. But look at the control again. AA Blast coming through. Will only hit drinks there. And they stick down the wards and they're ready to take a tower. There's the stun through. They do actually find Queen of Pain. They doom it. They chrono. Bit of miscommunication, but they'll take the kill nonetheless. Now Swift Ending. He goes to work. The Viper Strike's going to stop him from chasing so easily. Ignitable's getting pretty low here. They're going to body block him out. Swift Ending turns around, hops into the creep and looks to move away. But Sand King, Noir's going to try and finish him off. Furvin hasn't got much health. Can he actually get the blink away? No, he's still struggling. Looks like he finally will. But meanwhile in the mid lane, a lot of trouble happening as Shaman finally dies. Lifesteal just out-sustaining all the rest of SQG as he gets a Doom kill as well. And Team Doggie, they say hell no. They do lose the tower in the end, but some decent return kills. This lifesteal is just too hard for SQG to deal with right now. They might have to actually start committing the Doom onto him. He has got the Radiance, which is going to cause a lot of issues for them. And they lose the Sand King as well. And Tiny went so deep for that, but he finds it nonetheless with the skill shot tree throw by the looks of it. Godness actually heading for the Shadow Blade this game. Already halfway there. They need it for the initiation to come on the back foot. They know they do. But LeBron, he's almost got the Spirit Vessel. That's going to be pretty effective here. Of course, it's going to stop the Doom from healing up considerably. And also really just screw over the Faceless Void from his lifesteal. But tower gets taken in the mid lane by Doggies. That's a tier 1 down. They're pinging for the top tier 2. They want to keep the pressure up. They've got a slight lead over SQG and they want to keep expanding it. The thing is, the best way they can do that is just forcing SQG towards them in unfavorable fights. I mean, SQG, they already used the Chronosphere. They know the Doom is on cooldown as well for about the same duration. So they've got about a minute to push freely before they run into problems here. And with Arise's wave clear and how hard Swift Ending can hit towers, it won't take them long to get through this. Especially since Tiny's here also. Well, towers will no pain. A lot of damage going out. Looks like the side of SQG are opting for the split push to try and put pressure on the side of Doggie to return. But they could probably make their opponents return first if they want to. Instead, they're going to TP back. They've got Brewmaster coming around on the side. There's the ward slapped down the mid lane by the Shaman. Alright, just trying to get rid of the creep wave, but here comes the Brew split in. Tosses on the Ignitable. TP in by Queen of Pain. Ice Blast is going to hit as well. The Cold Feet going to slow him down enough. He will actually proc out before he can TP. Bold mistake there. Shadow Shaman already dead. He's got no one to help him. Viper stuck in the middle of nowhere. Dies off. Killing spree for the Brewmaster. And now they move towards bot as well. They will get the tower beforehand, but Doom needs to run away really quickly. LeBron stuns up Godness. He does have the Chrono, but doesn't want to have to use it. Wants to move away. Mad Kings also has the Doom. Going to be tossed in place. Doesn't want to use it here because he can't find a kill, but now he's going to look for the TP out. Can they melt quick enough? Yes, they can. The clap plus the scream enough to melt out the Doom. And even with that tower take, it looks like Team Doggie the ones who actually expand their lead up to 3k net worth lead. And they're going to be happy with that. Of course, they stop the push on mid pretty quickly. They do lose the bot, but things looking nice for Team Doggie right now. LeBron actually not got as much gold as you'd expect for a Tiny, but the Lifesteal are really far up there. The first one to break to the 5-digit mark with 10,000 net worth. In fact, actually going for a Solar Crest next. That will give him a lot of effective HP between the mischance he's already putting out with the Radiant. So already seeing the intentions of this guy. He's trying to force someone to go MKB this game. Void might do it, but not for a while. He needs to get his hands on a BKB first, and he knows it. I think the only issue with going this is it does slow down your push potential, right? Typically, Lifesteals like to pick up Desolator because it allows them to split push and it allows them to melt through heroes quickly. By not getting that, you're slowing down the rate at which your team can take towers, but they're still doing a considerable rate here. So they've already taken out half of SQG's outer towers, and Sand King, they might look to take him out as well. He looks for the move away. Chrono onto Tiny and onto the Lifesteal. There's the epicenter coming through. Can they interrupt Lifesteal? No, they can't. He gets his rage out. Look at the turnaround damage. Tiny lived long enough. 4 dead instantly on the side of SQG with the Ancient Apparition into the Sonic Wave combo, doing so much damage. Viper will escape, but he'll be the only one to make it out there. And Team Doggie, Big kills all around. And now they can look towards pushing down the tier 1 and tier 2 in the bot lane, as not only have they managed to kill off so many members of SQG, they force the Doom, they force the Chrono out, and all they pay for it, as well as the Epicenter, is a tiny. Which I guess you could say is a tiny price to pay, and yeah, I'm going to stop now. But they will at least get the tier 1. I don't think they're done there. They can keep pushing for the tier 2. And Queen of Pain already actually putting pressure on the tier 2 in the mid lane. We didn't say she had to go for the tier 2 bot. She's making her own decision in life. Of course, the range just allowing Swift Ending to push much faster here. They're not done. The thing is, they've got the Ice Blast once again. Sonic Wave only 75 seconds away. That's going to be ready sooner than the Doom and the Void are. And it looks like SQG may have to let this one slide. So that's a tier 2 in the bot lane going as far as that tier 1. Up to 7k net worth lead now for Doggie. SQG need to do something soon because this is slowly sliding away from them. Of course, if they can get late enough, Void will come online with a lot of damage and Doom stays incredibly relevant. As well as the Viper becoming even more relevant. The problem right now is, well, if Tiny starts to get decent gold on him, if he gets hands on Quick Blink, you're going to be in trouble. Or rather quick for this sort of scenario where he went for Spirit Vessel first. So let's say pre 30 minutes, he should be pretty good at that stage. Lifesteal at the same time, already doing too much damage. Actually has the Solar Crest and the Yasha, and we'll go for the Roshan. Maybe need someone to help him tank it up there. There's a Drunken Haze coming in. With Brew's help, he should be able to do this quite easily. They haven't actually got a Flags out yet. Brew just working on that, getting pretty close. But they'll melt for this quickly, and well, side of SQG not in a position to actually counter out this out. I think they don't really expect it, to be honest with you. Lifesteal is not the most likely to usually go for a Roach, but this unconventional build with the Radiance into the Solar Crest allowed him to do exactly that. And Brew, he'll TB back to stop the push on the top lane, while his team just finishes up this Roach. Swift Ending, he'll get himself an Aegis here. Or maybe he put on a Rise. I feel like it should be on a Rise here, but no. Swift Ending takes the Aegis. He wants to be the front liner. No fear, no reward. And Ron, this is out the opportunity to get his hands on Fervin. Even if he went for the split and actually stopped the blink away, he knows he still wouldn't be able to get his hands on him because, of course, the duration required to actually activate pre-split. So they get their hands on an Aegis. Lifesteal that has it. And the rest of his team is actually pushing him without him. Tiny just keeping pressure on that tower, slowly just breaking away at them. And this is a big issue, right? Because this isn't a core Tiny, it's not as risky for him to actually go in and just do a bit of chip damage and risk dying. He can afford to do so he tosses on to the towers, and this is really going to start to be noticeable when you're up at your tier 3s, where, in fairness, SQG has a lot of defensive elements. They've got the Void in the funnel area, they've got the Dooms available, as well as the wards that can be slapped down by the Shaman, and of course Viper to stick down his Nevertox and cause a lot of havoc in this tight space. Being in that tight space, looks like Doggie planned to move towards it. The creep wave bot is large, but they're quick here. They might be able to grab a tower and move away. Nevertox and slap down. Swift Ending just gonna walk around it though. LeBron, oh, looks like it goes straight in. Drink's gonna dive, does actually put down the wards, and there's the use of the Doom onto Lifestealer. He's not gonna die off from it though, he'll just live. He's got enough health by the looks of it. That's gonna hurt somewhat, but he's gonna shrug his shoulders. He can come straight back if he wants to, because of course all he needs to do is infest the creep. There you go, actually the Spirit Vessel will be enough. But they're ready to go again. They got the kill on the Charm, they forced the ward usage, and it's not a favorable one. There's no better lane to push in right now. In fact, bot is going to have to be attended to in a moment. AA already heading back for that. The best choice because, of course, he does have access to the Ice Blast, which he can send cross-map, and is doing so right now. Tanking goes forward. Oh, pops the Linkers on the right, but the turnaround. There's so much damage. Bruce Split goes off. They get the kill on the Sand King. Mad King's down to half HP. The Ice Blast is going to hit on the Marble Heroes. Viper in a lot of trouble, being melted through so quickly. Igniables, he's going to die off, but he does stick the Viper Strike out before he does so. Queen of Pain needs to blink away, taking a lot of damage. And now it looks like Doom next on the hit list. He's going to die off as the lifesteal goes so deep. The Shackle's holding Storm in place. Not Storm, sorry, the Shadow Shaman. There's the Chrono going out on the lifestealer. Godness trying to just stay alive. Not doing enough damage though. The rain is ticking him out. They'll lose all their team. It's a team wipe. As Team Doggie just eviscerate SQG's lineup here. Swift Ending just causing too much, and SQG, they've had enough. They give up. Team Doggie take it. And SQG GG out. Team Doggie take game 3. 2-1 in the end, and Team Doggie will have a chance to go up against Gambit now and possibly win the grand prize. SQG, no chance for revenge here. And I gotta say, it's fantastically played by Team Doggie. They went for a less conventional build and got an early GG tap out. SQG didn't look like they were being too greedy with the lineup. They got the Viper for good sustain the lane. The Void was their big pivot hero, and of course the Doom should be able to farm out recently anyway. But the unconventional tiny pick for the support here, which we don't see too much these days, was effective. It allowed them to harass out lanes. And then, of course, the lifesteals build is probably the most unconventional thing we've seen all day. Works so well with the Radiance and the Solar Crest, though, because they just couldn't touch him. They needed an MKB or Solar Crest or something quickly. Nullify would actually be the optimal item. But no one on the side of Swiss quality can really rush a Nullify here. So in the end, guys, Team Doggie take it. And they will be going up against Gambit. I believe it's tomorrow. Let me just double check the times for you guys. So yeah, 28th tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Europe time. We will see Gambit go up against Team Doggie. Who will take the victory? You'll have to tune in to see what happens with that best of 5. But until then, guys, I'm Killer Pigeon signing off. Stay safe, stay sexy.